Hey guys, happy Saturday. How's it going? Hi Ruru, hi Spano, hi hello Yurimo, hi Tyler, hi John. Did I get everybody? How are you guys doing? How's your day going so far? How are you guys? I just woke up like an hour ago. Hi Slicey. Guys, I wanted to wake up early today because I was super tired last night. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to bed early, and then I ended up playing Apex for like 3 hours and went to bed super late, and now I'm tired, and yeah, anyway, so that plan was foiled. Oh, but it's good to see you guys. I really wanted to do a little bit of Genshin stream today to like catch up on Archon Quest stuff. We're not gonna be able to finish today, but that's okay. We'll just get a little bit more progress, and then next week we'll schedule a Genshin stream so that we can try to make progress on it. Yeah, I'm excited. I really want to get through this so that I can start exploring everything and doing all the world quests and stuff. And but yeah, but for now let's yap for a little bit. How you guys doing? How is everyone today? I did not eat lunch yet, so I'm gonna be a little bit hungry, but we'll make it through, and then we're gonna play until either A, I get tired, or B, my parents call me and say, hey, we're going to the carnival. Let's go, come with us, which could be anywhere from 4 to 5 hours from now. So we'll just go until I feel like it's time to be done. No scheduled time today because it's kind of a unique stream. I feel like it's I don't normally stream on Saturdays, but I am working on a few things on the side. I'm going to be working on tonight and tomorrow that you guys are going to hear about in a couple weeks, which is very exciting. I've got a bunch of stuff in progress that I can hopefully make progress on. I feel like I have a lot to work on, but one day at a time, right? Right? Anyone doing anything exciting this weekend? I have the carnival tonight, which I'm very excited about, and I'm gonna get funnel cake, and hopefully they have kettle corn, but they have like this bucket of chips that they make at this place that we share as a family. It's always super good. So good food waiting for me tonight. Fortunately, you have so much art to do. Yes, keep up that grind, Slicey. I try to draw a little bit every day, but like some days I only get like 10 minutes. Some days I don't have a lot of time. I don't have any time. I still have to do some more studying for raid stuff like that, but I hearing that you guys are chasing and practicing makes me more inspired to do it myself. So when I get to hear about you guys working on the stuff you really want to work on, so that's super good. Another cute outfit. Thank you. I bought two of them yesterday. I bought the one from yesterday, which honestly, I think yesterday's might be one of my favorites. Not that I don't like this one. I think this one's super duper cute. But I'm running out of ones that I'm like really passionate about. So far we have 10 outfits. I think maybe at some point what I'll do is I'll post all the outfits together and have you guys vote on which ones are your favorites. And that way we can like maybe bring those back a little bit more often or something. But all of them I feel like are good in different ways, and I really like. I mean, honestly, I hadn't even thought about this whole outfit thing until B had an outfit, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that outfit is so freaking cute. How do you do that? He was like, yeah, you just remove your body, and then you just buy these outfits. They're like already made and rigged, and you just, yeah, there you go. And I'm like, oh, okay. And one day I finally just decided to check it out and figured it out, and here we are. I have bought 10 outfits since, so we can get more, but at some point I'm gonna have more outfits than I know what to do with, so we'll focus on the ones that are best. Maybe we'll list out. I have a whole bunch of these outfits that I have as like considering that maybe I'll list them all out in like a massive sort of like array, and you guys can like pick out which ones maybe you want, and then any that get voted on we can move forward with for the future. I'm gonna have a gotcha team of outfits. I actually considered immediately back when I only had like 4 of these. One of the things I tried to do was set up an item scenes for all of them so that you guys could actually switch my outfits. However, it didn't really work out because the outfits themselves are items and I have to choose the layering for them as I bring them in. So if you guys changed my outfit to like the bear one, for example, it would set up and then it would have the whole thing in front of me. So it would look like I have a giant, like, it wouldn't look good. And I couldn't figure out a way to have it save the settings for the layering and stuff. If I can figure that out though, then we absolutely could do gacha outfits. How cool would that be? I would love to be able to figure that out. If it saved the layer settings on the items when I made them disappear and come back, we could definitely do something like that. That'd be freaking awesome. Seen someone do something like that. I wonder how they were able to get the layers to work. Or maybe they had like a different situation than I do. I don't know. Have I started Holodori? I have not. Okay, update on my phone situation, guys, because that's what's holding me back from playing Hololive Dreams, which I really, really want to play because it looks super fun and it has gacha, so obviously I have to play it. But I heard that it's on PC, but I don't really know. I don't really like keyboard rhythm games. Like I played a little bit of Muse Dash, which was like okay, I guess. But like every time I do a rhythm game on my PC, I don't play Osu. Just I like I like the idea of the touchscreen, right? So I want to play it on my phone, but my current phone is out of memory and also the battery is dying. So like I feel like Hololive Dreams, my phone would die in like an hour and a half. So I wanted to wait till I got a new phone, and it's time. I feel like my battery and memory and everything on my phone, it's 6 years old. So it's actually pretty good that I feel like it's hung on for this long. Pretty impressive, I feel like. It's actually running pretty good. It runs Star Rail at like 15, 20 frames, which is pretty decent, I feel like, after 6 years. But I have like 2 gigs of space left. So I need, and Hololive Dreams is bigger than that, I'm pretty sure. So I need a new phone. I did that whole thing in the Discord and on Twitter a couple weeks ago about like, hey, which phone should I get? And there was a lot of good input I got. I was really appreciative of everyone giving me different ideas. And honestly, it was a really tough choice for me because there are pros and cons to each one. But at the end of the day, I feel like I couldn't get over the fact that I wouldn't be... Oh, hold on. I gotta sneeze. Oh, sorry. Ooh. I couldn't get over the fact that the other phones would have been getting a non-Samsung Galaxy. I've had a Samsung Galaxy phone for like over a decade. I think one of the first smartphones I ever got was a Samsung Galaxy phone. And I really enjoy them. I really like them. They've treated me well. And they're mainline phones, so like it'd be easy for me to find a case for it or like other things for it. So like the Nothing phones looked really good, but like there wasn't a lot of options for accessories for it, which I do care about having like something that I really like for an accessory. Oh, thank you. What else? The Pixels, my in-laws have Pixels and they said they really like them, and they're their deal if they go through Google. They pay out, it's like cheaper for them. The the OnePluses had really good battery life, but at the end of the day, I think sticking with the flagship line Samsungs, like it's something I'm familiar with. So I decided to either go with an S26 Plus or an S26 Ultra. And at the end of the day, I think I'm gonna go with the Ultra because it's got a bigger screen and it has... I don't really care that much for the camera per se, but it supposedly has like a really good camera. But I need to get better at taking... Yeah, it's mainly like the size, and it's just like the bigger phone. And it does have a stylus, which I don't know if I would use, but it's $200 more for me to just get the Ultra. So I figured let's just get the better phone and just invest in a new phone, and it'll be like... So, but to do that, first I need to switch over to the new carrier plan that I'm working on. I'm going to switch off of the one I currently have because they're going to give me the phone for like $300 off. So, but to do that, I have to wait for something else to go through with my current carrier, and it's taking them like a week and a half to do it. So hopefully that gets taken care of like this weekend or beginning of next week, which means that I can finally order my new phone probably sometime next week. And then it'll take like a week or two for that to come in and activate it. And so in a couple weeks, I should have a new phone, which means I'll finally have enough space, because it's going to be a 500 gig storage space phone. I'll finally have enough space and also the processing power to play Hololive Dreams. I'm so excited. So I used to play Project Sekai, and that is a good note, Spano. I played Project Sekai, and I set it up on my little like stand thing that I put my iPhone on for VTube tracking, and I play with my finger, like my whole hand. So I'm excited. I heard that some people do play Holodori with just thumbs, but I would imagine that would be pretty hard for like the harder difficulties. So, but I'm fully expecting to play with like full finger. I'm really excited because it looks really cute, and I've been wanting to play it, but I haven't had space for it on my phone. So I'm finally excited to finally get a new phone after 6 years-ish. Hi, Dogi. How you doing? Thumbs only on harder extra would be impossible. See, I'm not very good at rhythm games, so I probably wouldn't even play on hard for a while. I played Pro Sekai mainly normal, and I played like occasionally on hard mode if it was like an easy song. But my favorite rhythm game of all time is Waka, which is an arcade only. There isn't like a mobile version for it because you have to go in like a circle all the way around the screen, and it's great. I love Waka. And that got me into touchscreen rhythm games, so I'm hoping that I enjoy it as much as I think I will. And yeah, and then is there like friends? Can you add friends and stuff on Holodori, or is it just like sort of a single player thing? I know in Pro Sekai you can play songs together with people. So I used to play with Aki, and I always collected the Haruka birthday cards every year. I had like 2 or 3 years worth of birthday cards when I lost my account. I was so sad. Alexa, play Despacito. Good. Friends and multi-lives. Yay! Yippee! Justice is a few years out. Yeah, that's okay. It's fine. Like, if you're going to be playing a game for a long time, eventually you'll see these characters come through. And that's exciting. Like, me with Uma Musume. Like, when I first started Uma Musume, I was like, oh, like, these Umas are, like, 2 or 3 years away for us. And now, like, they're starting to come out. And I'm like, yeah, like, waiting this whole time was so worth it. My most anticipated Uma in Uma Musume is Dansu Flame. Dansu Flame and Twin Turbo. Twin Turbo, I know, is supposedly coming out in the next year or so. But Dansu Flame just came out in JP like less than 6 months ago. So it's going to be like 3 or 4 years before we see Dansu Flame. But I'm in it for the long haul. I still play Uma Musume every day. After a year and a half of Uma Musume being out-ish. Maybe it's like a year and some change. Because they accelerate everything. You're doing good. I'm glad to hear it. How was your Saturday, Doki? Anything exciting you got going on this weekend? I know it's Saturday, guys, which means new Digimon Beat Break episode tonight. I am so excited. The new arc has been like so like anticipated. We are getting finally, I'm not going to say anything specific. We're finally getting info on characters that we've been waiting to get info on for like the entire series. It's so good. If you guys have not watched Beat Break yet, please do. It's going to be like, it's like 43 or 44 episodes right now. It's going to be 50-ish total when it's done. We're like nearing the end. Do yourself a favor and watch Beat Break. They have English dubs for Beat Break up to episode like pretty far in. Like, it's not a simul dub, but it's close. They're like a little bit behind. So if you prefer English for anime, that's also very good. And they have an incredibly talented voice lineup for the English dub for Beat Break. Robinson, Risa May, Keith Silverstein shows up as like other like side characters like a ton of times, which I thought was super funny. We were actually watching Beat Break in the Digiverse Discord last week, and we watched the first 4 episodes. And I'm like, guys, it's so funny. You'll just be watching an episode of Beat Break, and you'll just hear fucking Keith Silverstein just be some random NPC, and he's just a random NPC like 5 different times throughout these episodes. Like episode 2, there's a doctor that they're talking to, and he says something like, he has like one line. He's like, yes, so and so is he's okay, he's just recovering or something. And I'm like, that's fucking Keith Silverstein. He has one line as this doctor. And then in the same episode, he'll be like this dude over a phone call. He's like, oh yeah, reporting in. And I'm like, that's fucking Keith. He's just multiple NPCs in the same episode. He's just everywhere. I know he's in episode 5. I know he's in the episode as 2 different characters in the same episode. Yeah, Mr. Zhang Dong Li. Mr. Zhang fucking Dong Li himself, bro. Actually insane. I love that guy. His voice is so recognizable, which is so funny to me. Because, like, he'll say, like, one word, and you're like, oh, that's Keith Silverstein. It's literally, he doesn't even need to have, like, a whole conversation. It's Saturday. You thought it was Friday today? Dude, I'm so glad it's not Friday today. I think I would jump off a metaphorical bridge. I'm not actually jumping off the bridge. Hi, Self. Oh, well. If it ain't Lapis Bapis. Lappy, did you see the TikTok that I sent you yesterday? Guys, there is this TikTok. If you guys have played Big Walk, there's a TikTok I saw of some guy where they get the key out of one of the towers, and he turns around and you hear like a kicking sound, and he turns around and he sees the key fly off the edge and his friend just looking at him. I'm like, that is 1,000,000% something Lappy would do. I feel like we would just be like, all right, Lappy, you got the key, let's go. Why did I hear a kicking sound? Lappy, 1,000,000%. And you'd be like, what? 6'7", 6'7", 6'7". I know, Big Walk's super cute, super fun. Dude, it's like, you would do that 100%. Feel like it's just doing it for the love of the game. Dude, keep this. I wonder if they just are like, because he's not a main character, right? Well, in one of the episodes, he's like a main-ish character, but it's like it's specific to that episode. He's just, I wonder if he's just like, hey, we need additional voices for this show. Do you want to just come in and do like 12 different characters and just record a bunch of lines for all these different characters, and you're good to go? And it'd be like, sure, I'm already in the studio for some other thing. I might as well just record for these NPCs for Beat Break. Do you think he knows? Do you think he remembers all the things he's voiced in? Because have I ever told you guys the Keith Silverstein story for what was that Amazon MMO that came out that's like shutting down, or maybe it already shut down? New World? Is that what it was? Perfect World? New World? I think it was New World. New World, he was in New World as an NPC, and I came across him just randomly. The new desert area had just come out, and I picked up the game again, and my friends were all playing, and I'm running through the desert, and I go through like this, I see like this little mini like encampment in the middle of the desert. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go over there. Looks like there's a teleport point over there. I'm gonna go unlock it. I'm running through the desert. I go get the teleport point. My friends are doing like a dungeon run thing, or like a public area run. So I'm like, oh, I'll head straight to you from here. So I go through the encampment instead of going around it. I go through it, and I pop out the other side. As I'm going through the encampment, all these NPCs are just making noises. They're all just talking, and I hear some guy go, something for sale, blah blah blah. I'm like, wait. Turn around, and I'm like, where did I hear that? I see some guy, like, I think his name was like Zahir or something. I go up to him and I'm like, did I just hear you talk? Why did you sound like Keith Silverstein? And I stand there and I wait, and he talks again, and he says the same line. I'm like, holy shit, this is Keith Silverstein, isn't it? He sounded exactly like him. I finished the story and the credits rolled, and I looked in the NPC dialogue, random NPC dialogue voice line area, fucking Keith Silverstein. He's just some random, like, general store salesman in the middle of the desert that I just happened to run across. I'm like, dude, do you think he knows that he was voicing this character? Or do you think he just recorded as like shopkeeper? And they just were like, yeah, we'll put it in wherever we feel like it fits. So like, I think it would be super funny to go visit Keith at like a meet and greet and be like, oh my God, Keith Silverstein, I'm a huge fan of your work in New World as Zahir. I'm the biggest Zahir fan, dude. And he'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I don't know who that is. Like, if you tell him like a big name, like, oh, I'm a big fan as you as like, not Kamoshida, the antagonist in Persona 5, he voices him. Or like, oh, Keith Silverstein as Zhongli, obviously. Like, you know, his big major roles. He'd be like, yeah, of course. Dude, Zahir, man. I'm a big Zahir fan from New World, NPC from New World. And you can't even go see him anymore because New World shut down. So you can't even go find Zahir anymore. He's just gone. I wonder if there's pictures of this Zahir character on New World. Oh my God, there isn't. There's nothing even on Google. If you look up Zahir New World, nothing even pops up. Incredible. He was that much of a background NPC. He doesn't even have any record of his existence. Holy moly. You're so tempted to kick the key off. Dude, I'm so proud of you for not. But who knows? Next time you're gonna look at me in the eyes laughing next time we play Big Walk, and you're gonna kick one of the Chunguses off the edge. 1,000,000%. Do we think that Keith Silverstein is a Digidestined? I think he probably likes Digimon. There's gotta be, right? Like, he definitely, even if he doesn't like massively consume the media that he is portrayed in, because like he voices so many things, so there's no way he could like every single thing. But like, I feel like certain things you kind of get curious about, right? Like, oh, I'm voicing like a bunch of these things in Digimon, or like, and he's probably done Digimon stuff before. There's gotta be a point where he was like, oh yeah, I know what Digimon is. It's pretty interesting. I like Digimon. I feel like he's gotta be at that point, right? It's gotta be. But, okay, what do you guys say we move on to Genshin stuff after a little bit? Oh wait, speaking of, I wanted to look over some of the new stuff for Doro's new website. Do you guys want to do that now? And we can talk about it for like 20-30 minutes, and then we can get to the Genshin Archon quest. Doro's new website that came out yesterday. It's like a build, tracking, and guide website. So, here, oh wait, let me answer my mom because we're organized. Trying to figure out when we're gonna go to the carnival, because that'll decide when I end stream. But yeah, let's do it. Have you guys ever, I mean, I have a lot of people come into my streams when I'm playing Genshin or Zenless or whatever, and they come in and they ask for advice, right? And I do the best I can. I may not be an expert, but I feel like I have a familiarity that, like, someone who's a beginner, I can give decent general beginner advice to. Right? And I feel like most people that are asking for advice don't really have a good idea of like where to even start. And I think this website is a good resource. I genuinely think, I've looked through it for the last like couple like day or two, because it came out yesterday afternoon. So I looked at it yesterday afternoon, I looked at it last night, and I looked at it this morning again, and I did some stuff and I was messing around with it. My impression on it so far is that it is a great website just to sort of have everything compiled in one spot. Mainly because if you're looking for guides on a character, you go to all these different websites. Generally, if you're going to look for like the best detailed information, you're going to go to Kuching Main. But some people like to go to like Game 8 or stuff like that. I wouldn't recommend Game 8. I feel like Game 8's kind of like, it seems like they're very like AI data driven, right? Like stuff just feels off. Kuching Main's kind of has that sometimes, but they're more in depth. But if you don't really care for like super in depth like numbers and like a big breakdown and you just want general advice on how to build a character, I think this Doro's new website is actually really good. So the website's called GenshinTrack.com. And this is not sponsored, by the way. This is purely because I want to talk about this with you guys for build purposes, because I have a lot of people that come in and ask for advice, like I said before. So being able to have somewhere that I can point to that I feel like is acceptable and is a decent resource, I will, for Genshin, probably point to this website from now on, because it has sort of multiple things rolled together in one. It has tracking, it has build guides, and it doesn't have like inventory management yet. I don't think that they're planning on adding it, but it just came out yesterday, so they could always add something. But you just raw dog it. I think if you are generally someone who's like, oh, I build for like the top 5%, or I'm like really invested in making these characters like the best, or like I play this game all the time. Like for me, you probably already have a website that you go to that has like an in-depth guide to give you sort of an idea. And guides online can only do so much for you, right? Like that's my disclaimer, I feel like, is guides can only do so much. If you want to go above and beyond and make your character like a great and amazing, you have to do the research on the character, and you have to like have an understanding of Genshin Impact. You have to be able to read talents and like skill descriptions to figure out the best of the best. But that's a small minority of people do that. If you want to just sort of be able to build a character decently and get them to a point where, yeah, they're pretty good, I'm good to go and move forward, this is a fantastic website. So GenshinTrack.com. It's made by Goro. It's made by Doro and his team, and I guess we can just go through it sort of. So there's multiple parts of the website that sort of track different things. So we can start off with just like the overview. Okay? Hi Yozo. The overview looks like this. You can go in to character section and you can pick specific characters to track that you want to work on. So let's say that I already have a few of these on here, but let's say that I want to build Mizuki because she's becoming relevant with Stellar Swirl, okay? I'll be like, okay, Animo, let's find Yume Mizuki. Here she is at the bottom. It's alphabetical. I'm going to activate Yume Mizuki. Boom. I come in here to this character and I go, okay, well, what am I going to be doing here? Well, I want to build her for Stellar Swirl, so I'm going to click the Stellar Swirl build. And I want to level her to level 90. I don't have her. I have her at level 1, so she's at level 1. I want to level her to level 90. What kind of weapon do I want to put on her? Well, I don't know. What kind of weapon do I want to put on her? This is where the build guides come in handy. Now, there's two different ways you can look at the build guides. You can either look here on where it says build guide, and you can look at like a very, very succinct guide, simplified guide for the character. Or if you want something a little bit more in depth, you can click on the guides section and then just find Mizuki. And it's a little bit more in depth where they go over like the skills and they go over the ascension passives. Hi, Gator. You go over the additional talents and stuff like for her. She has the witches stuff, the hex and circle buffs, different weapon builds that are bis and stuff like that. And it goes over sort of like where you can get them and stuff like that as well. It goes over artifacts, what you want as like the main stats, what your priority substats are. You can even, this is what I really like about this website, about Genshin Track, is that it tells you sort of a recommended level, right? So like KQM will just say, oh, the skill is the most important, followed by the burst, and then normal attack is the least important. But I'm like, how important? Because there's, oh, level it to level 6 versus, no, you should really get it to like at least level 8 versus, no, this is like a worthy skill to crown. So I feel like having that distinction, like a recommended level, is actually really nice. It gives people sort of an idea of like, this is really important. Another thing that I actually really liked is You can't see it on this one because it doesn't have it, but if you go to a different build guide and you go to like Yelan or something, you can look at this right here. I'm not blocking it, am I? Level 90 matters. Level 90 matters. If you have, they have like a specific tag for, hey, max level this character. Because not every single character really has like a big buff from going to 90. So notice how Mizuki doesn't have that. Like her recommended level is always going to be 90 because that's the highest level. Technically, you will get the most damage out of maxing out the character. But it's very expensive to level a character from 80 to 90. So I like that they added that extra tag there to really show, hey, this character really, like, if you can only invest in 1 or 2 characters at a time to get to 90, this should be one of them. I like that they did that. I feel like that's like a little thing that people don't really think about very often when it comes to character building is, hey, you don't necessarily really need to level this character to 90 unless you really want. What are we doing? We're talking about Doro's new Genshin tracking website. It's actually really useful. So I feel like these builds are pretty good. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was going over the build guides for character. So Mizuki, back to Mizuki, right? It has recommended artifacts, and if there's multiple different artifacts that are useful on a character, they'll be listed here as well, which I think is super nice because some characters have like 2 or 3 even artifact sets that they can use. I really like that it has stat targets here in the build guide. This stat target stuff, almost. Hello. Crazy. No, not the crazy babe. Oh my god, I'm gonna get you. Hey, almost. How's it going? Welcome in, Raiders. I'm Citrus. I love gacha games, and today we're playing Genshin, the 7.0 Archon quest. We're gonna be picking up. So if you guys don't want spoilers, then I understand if you can't stick around. But first, we're just talking about Doro's new website for Genshin tracking. So sit back, relax, and if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. I love talking about gacha games, especially Genshin. But if you guys got a ready to run, no worries at all. But how was your stream? How's it going? Dude, how have you been? Hi, Laurie. Hi, Poka. How are you? I hope you had a good time. You guys just yapping about some stuff? Dude, it's been a while. Yeah, it's good to see you. But yeah, we're just looking over Doro's website. I'm going over sort of like what his website's good for, all the things that are useful found on here. So if you guys have ever had any Genshin questions, please, now is the time to ask them, because I love answering questions about Genshin. If you don't like Genshin, that is all good and dandy as well, of course. You can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the yappening, of course. Remember these cute men? So fair. So fair. But I hope you've been good, almost, dude. That's so fun. GTA RP? Oh man. Wait, how's your RP going? I've always thought about joining like a roleplay thing for GTA because I like acting and I like GTA, so it works out. But I hope that's been good for you as well. Counteroffer cute women. Shaking your hand, Slays. Shaking your hand. But you know what? Genshin has something for everyone. It has something for everyone. It even has people for some. It even has someone for people like Lappy who want someone to, you know, do terrible things to them. Low cortisol RPer. Hey, it's all about the immersion. For roleplay, if you want to roleplay someone who's a bit on the quiet side, it's about coming up with a character and playing that character out. I love acting, dude. It's so fun. Just coming up, like trying to get in the mindset of a character and sticking with it. It's really fun, even if it feels like to the outside eye that not a lot's going on. That doesn't matter, man. So I'm glad you've been having a good time with it, though. No monster yet this game. Yet. Not yet, Lappy, but I feel like Lowen was made for you. Oh, you know, Revy's super into Lowen as well. But we're going to get back talking about this website because I want to go through this before ads start in like 20 minutes so that we can get started on the Archon. But once again, thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. Where were we? We were talking about how artifact builds, they'll have like separate artifact builds in here. basically playing yourself at this point. Dude, honestly, that's where it starts. It's nice and comfortable, but that's also a character you're playing, right? So anyway, yeah, so I really like that they put the talent priority as like a specific level on here. VV. Dude, isn't it crazy? Yume Mizuki is going to become like an incredibly meta character in like what, 4 weeks? 5 weeks? She's going to become meta when Stellar Swirl becomes like really strong with Vodunitsa. Pretty exciting. I mean, technically, if you ran her with Odette right now, you could get Stellar Swirl. So she's actually really strong right now. I like Vivi as a set, but so far the build guides here seem pretty like beginner friendly. I feel like it's pretty like the stat targets are pretty decent. They're like kind of flexible. I feel like they're pretty forgiving. 140% ER, 900 to 1000 EM. I feel like 900 EM is actually kind of harder to get than people think. But yeah, just a ton of EM, ER. Like you can get a decent idea, I feel like, of how to build this character from this website. Like if you want, but like I said before, again, if you really want to go in depth and build like the best Mizuki, you're already going to different websites anyway. I feel like this doesn't need to sort of fill that gap of like a massive breakdown of knowledge. Like for example, the percentages and stuff aren't in here, which I don't think they need to be. I think the way they did it, they sort of decided that they didn't want to be Kuching Main's breakdown. They just wanted to be like a general good build guide that's simplified, and I think they hit the mark really. So definitely recommend these guides. The ones that I've looked through maybe a dozen or so guides for characters that I'm familiar with, and for the most part they're pretty good. There were like a few things here and there where I'm like, well, I don't know if that's quite accurate. Like on the Yelan guide, I feel like there were minimum stat targets are a little bit low than what I would normally recommend to people, but it's definitely more than adequate. I would consider myself a Yelan expert, so like I would be a source for someone if they were trying to build Yelan, as someone who has been doing it for like 4 years now, working on Yelan. But that just goes to show me that like even with that, they're still pretty darn close. So and all the other characters I looked at are also like pretty good. So definitely recommend these builds for sure. The only thing, I've had a few suggestions for the website that I don't know if they're like really wanting to make part of their, I don't know if they really want to make the website that sort of thing, so we'll see if anything changes. But for what it is so far, I feel like these guides are actually really useful. What I like is that when you're choosing your character, like when I went here and I was going into Mizuki stuff, you can look at the build guide as you're choosing what to go. So like as I'm looking like, okay, well, what do I want to do for my Mizuki? Hi, Patricia. Bark. I mean, feel free to look. Feel free to bark. Yeah, like when I get to this point, right, I'm like, oh, I know she's level 1 and I want to get her to level 90. What weapon do I want? Oh, that's a good question. What weapon do I want? I don't have to go all the way back to the guide section. I can just go here to this build guide tab and get sort of like a lighter breakdown of Mizuki. It doesn't have this lighter breakdown has like the weapons, the artifact stuff, the requirements, the talent targets. It has everything that really matters for the build tracking, which is the important thing. It doesn't have the stat targets, but I don't need that while I'm choosing my build, right? I can go to the build guide separately later. So Mizuki, I don't have Sunday Morning Sleep In or Reliquary of Truth. I don't think I have Dawning Frost, but I do have Widzith and Sackfrag. So I think what I'll do is I'll apply Widzith. I definitely have a Widzith for sure, and I want to get it to level 90. I'm going to keep it at R1 for now, even though it's recommended to go to R5. Artifact set, we were looking at the guide, it was VV. Let's build VV with, I like that I can go back and forth here. The builds EM, 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 or crit. Well, Stellar Swirl Drive. Let's go with Let's go with VV. Let's do EM, crit. And then talents. Recommended normal attack doesn't need to be messed with. Recommended to crown the skill. I don't like crowning skills for characters that I'm not super obsessed with, so I'm just going to go to 8, then 8, and then save. And now she shows up on my overview for Saturday, and along with all the other characters, there she is. This is what I need to get her to that point. So it's similar to Genshin Center, but I like that it's all here on the same website as the guide. So I don't have to like keep going from Genshin Track to KQM to Genshin Center. I can just stay here and I don't have to like stick around. It's pretty nice. Wishing new things like this existed. Yeah, this actually just came out yesterday. So this is a new website. When you finish farming for a specific character for a thing, at least for weekly bosses here, you can mark this as farmed. For example, I know that I actually have enough Twisted Withering pieces for Odette, so I'm just gonna mark that as farmed, and it grays it out. You can like organize this by different ways. So by character, okay, here's the characters, and here's all the things I need. If I scroll down, oh, you can see the characters that I've completed. So like I put Yolan in and I plugged her in, and she shows up here as like caught up. The weapons, and those are caught up as well. So like it organizes it by the different things. But at the top here, you can't see it because there's nothing that I need for talent materials today. But like at the very top here, it'll show anyone who's available for their talent materials. So if I go to Friday, yesterday, Odette or Ilua and Alosha's talent materials were available. And it shows a little picture of where they are. So if you want to see, oh yeah, I don't know where Lightless Capital is. Like, I don't remember that. Where's Lightless Capital? It'll show you like a little screenshot of, oh yeah, that's right. It's a Nodcry. I forgot. Or like, oh, it's over here in Snezhnaya. So I think that's super useful, and it tells you everything that you need and yada yada yada. And it bases it on the day of the week. So it usually defaults to your date, and it tells you how much more you need to finish everything. It's great, super useful. I personally, my favorite part of this is when I'm choosing my characters to level. I can go in here and I can look at the build guide at the same time. Super useful. I think, like I said before, when people come in and they ask me for advice on how to build a character that I may not be as familiar with, what I'll probably do is be like, I'll recommend Genshin Track. You can just sign in and do all your tracking for materials here, and it lays it out all nicely. And you can look at build guides here at the same time. But if you really want to go more in depth, you would probably still go to KQM. That's pretty much it. I feel like it was kind of nice. I think Doro's team is doing a good job. They have feedback stuff and change. You can set this up for whatever server you're in as well. So you just go to the settings. For me, I'm in NA, so this is the daily reset time. 9 UTC is when the Genshin server resets for the day. Here in Europe, you would click Europe, Asia, and that way it changes these reset times and it makes sure that it tracks the correct day for you. Maybe you should rebuild Yaimiko for Stella Conduct. How different is it, right? Like, I mean, that's a good question. I built Yai for Stella Conduct for my friend Patsu, and you can kind of see right now the only build in here is Stellar Conduct, but there's already multiple options, right? Like you can do Disenchantment for Deep Shadow. I know a lot of people on Yaimiko's builds were running Golden Troop, which was a very common artifact set for Yaimiko before Stellar Conduct. So Golden Troop was very popular when that came out in Fontaine. If you built her back in the day, like back in Inazuma days, you're probably using Shim and Thundering Fury, right? If you built her during Fontaine or updated during Fontaine, then you probably have Golden Troop. Or maybe Gilded Dreams, right? Like they even had that listed here. But now for Stellar Conduct, specifically Disenchantment, which is the new Mondstadt set. But the stats themselves are like the same. So, yeah, this is great. And I like that they show like the teams in here as well. Oh, I didn't realize Alosha was better support than Beto. Oh, I should build Alosha for Pop. Well, There you go. That answers that question. And you can click on characters from the different teams. Be like, oh, wait, that's right. What about my Sandrone team? Boom. You can just click on them here as well to get to them. Like Alosha. I'm going to build Alosha for Patsu. Frost Breath is the BP weapon. It's pretty good for him. Or Catch or Fav Lance. It's ER polearms, right? Heart of the Furnace, which is the new support set. Attack or ER, attack probably would be, oh, here we go, it even tells you. Depends on what weapon Alosha has on. If he has an ER weapon, you can run attack. If he has an attack weapon, you should run ER. And that's exactly what I was guessing as well. So I like that they add like these little notes here for you as well. It's like a real human actually like built this, and they were like thinking about like, what kind of question would people have when they build this character? Skill and burst, obviously, for Alosha. I don't know at what point Alosha becomes like really good, but you get Alosha for free, by the way, just playing Genshin. Cryo Traveler, I forgot. Cryo Traveler is actually really strong, which is kind of crazy to me, but mainly with Odette for Stellar Conduct. So, isn't that crazy? That Cryo Traveler is actually like really powerful. I know Doro was testing Cryo Traveler with Odette, and Cryo Traveler was doing like over 1 million damage per rotation, which is actually insane. I think the DPS for Cryo Traveler teams is like 120, 130,000, something like that. With Odette, of course. The new weapon is super cool. I'm glad they heard all of our complaints about Traveler being super useless, and now they're like, yeah, Traveler's actually gonna be really strong. He's actually like the main DPS on the Odette team. Pretty crazy. Hi Lee, how are you doing? Is Chi-Chi not Satan anymore? No, Chi-Chi's actually like very, very, very useful. She's very strong in Stellar Conduct teams. She is the best healer and support for Stellar Conduct teams, which is like the new meta. So she's actually S tier. He just has his burst per 1 skill used. Exactly. You love the new weapon. Last time he was useful was Dendro. Dendro MC was pretty useful in the way that there weren't a lot of Dendro characters. So the reason that DMC was good, quote unquote good, is because when Dendro came out, there were only 3 Dendro characters. Tignari, who at the time was limited. Remember, when Sumeru first came out, Tignari was limited. He wasn't added to the standard until 3.1. He was limited for 3.0. Dendro Traveler and Kale. And Kale is hot, terrible ass, dude. She is so bad. But at the time, the only Dendro characters that you could guaranteed get were DMC and Kale. So DMC, Kale, Hyperbloom teams were pretty common. Heck, I even ran DMC, Kale, Hyperbloom team. And Hyperbloom was incredibly strong, which made DMC good. But as soon as like Nahida and Tignari became standard, and Nahida, well, Tignari typically wasn't even really a Hyperbloom character, right? He was typically like, what's it called? Aggravate, right? People would run like Tignari Raiden, for example. So you didn't really get like a stronger Dendro applicator for Hyperbloom until Nahida came around. But after Nahida came out, you didn't need DMC and Kale anymore. You could have Nahida be the only Dendro character, and you had more than enough Dendro application. So, and then more and more Dendro characters and blah, 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 standard, yada, yada. So nowadays, I mean, even if Hyperbloom was still really strong, Dendro MC would still be considered pretty like meh. But he was still one of the better Traveler elements for sure, so. Keep Jade Cutter on Zabai. True. Use the Traveler weapon. Yeah, no, the Traveler weapon, even though the perk doesn't work for anyone other than Traveler, is still a good stat stick. It's actually one of the better weapons for a lot of different characters. I bet you if we go to Odette's, it's going to have Exophane's Blade as one of the best weapons. Where are you? Boom. Oh, it's not. I'm surprised. Okay. So Primordial, that's surprising. I was looking at someone else. There was a character I was looking at, and they had Exophane's Blade as one of their BIS options, which I was surprised to see. But it's a pretty decent stat stick, especially if you don't have a lot of options. because it's a story weapon, so you just get a guarantee. Was good because of process of elimination, basically. And no, Snezhnaya did not make Aloy meta. I'm actually curious. How much of a guide did they do? Polar Star, Thundering Pulse, Star. Does she have like a best team? Farina, Escoffier, Shenhe. Her best team is either a Durin, Sitlali, Nicole reverse melt team, or Farina, Escoffier, Shenhe. Literally Aloy instead of Skirk. But no, Aloy is just bad. Aloy is just bad. She might be the worst character in the game. I think the only one competing with her for worst character in the game is probably Xinyan. I'm sorry, Xinyan fans. She's just not good. I'm so sorry. Oh man. Aloy will never be meta. No, they don't want to think about Aloy. She was a mistake, unfortunately. She was a mistake. I think what we'll do is ads are going to play in 5 minutes. I'm going to BRB and get some water when ads start, and then when we come back, we're going to pick up with the Archon quest, okay? So I just need to find a way to stall for 4 minutes. Ads are about. Yeah, this website's pretty good, I feel like. Like I said, I don't think it like replaces every other website because you can't do inventory management here. And like if you wanted like a super in-depth guide, you're probably still gonna go somewhere else. But I feel like this gets you 95% of the way there. And it's nice that you can do it all sort of together and you don't have to go. You can check out like community stuff too. So like these are all the people that community people are building. Alosha's today's favorite. I think it's cool. Which makes me think I really gotta build Alosha for Patsu. Apparently better than Beto as a support for Sandrone. And I gotta start pre-farming for Vodyanitsa, of course. Cause that is my goat right there. I'm so excited for Vodyanitsa. I have not met her in the story yet. I imagine we will soon, hopefully. But I've heard really good things about her. I've heard that she has a super funny personality. You tried to main Xinyan? You C6'd her and everything? That's crazy. Dude, I mean, I'm sure the best Xinyan... I don't know, actually. I don't think I've ever seen a Xinyan main, like, actually in this day and age. Which is such a shame. Because she's cool. She's, like, a cool character, but she's just so bad, dude. It's such a... You know, people throw around, like, Dory as, like, worst character. I don't know, I feel like Dory as, like, a electro applicator and sort of like burst healer, kind of like Sayu, like there are niche applications, but I feel like Xinyan literally doesn't even have a niche application. I don't know, I could be wrong. I'm not exactly a Xinyan expert, but I've had this conversation with probably 100 different people, and I've never had anyone come up with a way that Xinyan can be useful that no one else can do, or another 4-star couldn't do that you can get for free. So maybe it exists. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but Sijuin is probably the worst 5-star in my opinion. I don't think she's not worse. Okay, are we counting Aloy? Aloy is definitely the worst 5-star, but Aloy is sort of like she's a collab character, right? Like Sijuin is probably the worst limited 5-star character. Unfortunately. I mean, she has uses, but she never does anything better than other characters. I'm trying to think. She is not great at C0, but she has her use. No? Yeah, it's probably Sijuin. For 5-star, for sure. She's pretty bad. She's pretty bad. I have her maxed, by the way. Because I love her as a character. I think she's... There she is. I have her with Elegy. It fits her, I think. I have her with built artifacts. Not 20, but I have her talents leveled. These are level 9, by the way. You guys can't see behind my head. Yeah, I don't regret it because I like her. I think she's cute. But yeah, I haven't really found a use for her. She was supposed to be not C6, a fake fan. True. I need to C6 every cryo character. Here, I guys, trust me. I C6'd every cryo or Hydra character. Guys, look, see C6. You don't have to look at the rest of them. It's okay. Actually, to this day, the only 2 characters I've ever C6'd. Wait, how many characters do I even have Constellation? For limited characters. Let's look through these real quick. Obviously, Skirk and Yolan. I think, oh, there's gonna be more now because of the free Constellation thing. I only have C1 Jean. C1 Yaimiko, which for Stellar Conduct, obviously. I got that from the free Constellation thing. I don't really pull for Constellations for characters very often. C1 Nilu, which I got with my free Constellation thing. C1 Kokomi I got with my free Constellation thing. C3 Mona, because she's standard. C1 Yoimiya, who, other than Yelan, before Skirk C6, was the only character I had any Constellations for that was limited, because I was pulling for Kirara on Kirara's banner. Exactly. But wait, we'll finish going through this after ads. I'm gonna BRB, go get some water, and then when ads ends in 2.5 minutes, I'll be back. Okay, we're back. What was I saying? Now you guys are back from ads. Welcome back. Yippee! Oh, that's right. We were just going through all the constellations that I have. C1 Yoimiya I got because I was pulling for Kirara, and it took 200 pulls to get Kirara. And in the meantime, I got Yaimiko and Yoimiya C1. Hutao C1 I got from the constellation thing. They're 4 stars. 4 stars. Of course they're gonna be. I don't have any cons for Cryo Traveler yet. Kuching I only have C4 and Tig I have C4. I don't actually have any C6 standard characters. I don't think. Where are all the 5 stars? There's Mizuki, C0 Mizuki, C1 Chi-Chi. Hi B, thank you. How you doing? C2 Dia, C1 D-Luke. I don't have any C6 standard characters. These are all 4 stars. They're all 4 stars. Oh, there's Odette. C0 Odette. Perfect. C4 Alosha. Your Honkai Star Rail character was a 4-star? I am so sorry. But guys, are you so excited? I'm excited to keep going with this. I'm excited to keep going with the Archon quest. Where did we leave off? Do you guys remember? I think we basically... Wait. Is there a description? After settling the incident in Svetlola Doiv, your questions about the current situation in Project Stuja only increase. Gain more intel, you decide to make contact with the mysterious Rokat. Oh, that's right. The Rokat is like the Dissent group. You're close to 100%. Nice, nice. I am not looking forward to exploring stuff. I hate sheer cold mechanics with a passion! Guess it isn't TPS? What is TPS? What doth TPS mean? Oh, there's a thing up here. Am I gonna trigger this cutscene without getting this? I'm gonna try to get this. No, I can't climb! Okay, hold on. Hold on. How do we get that? Let's go up here.
Rise like smoke.
Okay. Oh, we can get it from here. Easy peasy. Perfect. Get you Odette? Okay. Wait, isn't Bacon getting Odette for you? Guys, look at these wings on Silali. Aren't they super cute? They're like perfect. The Nodcry wings. Oh my god, I love Silali. She's so freaking cute. Bam, bam, bam. He was whipping up anger. What are you talking about, Gator? You failed your... Oh. And I'm free. Free falling. Guys, look, it's Alosha. Hello. Fuck. I'm broke as fuck. Also, I think it's okay to kill people sometimes. You guys like my Alosha impression? B, just get Odette. Simple as that. Just pull. Just go here. And be like, oh yeah, wish times 1, and then you get Odette. Easy peasy. That easy. Simple. I'm only at 32 pulls, guys. I cooked. You thought he had wolf ears? Wait. Oh, it's because his hood has the ears on him, right? Yeah. His hood has the ears. That's probably why. And we wanted Odette. She's an off-field support, and that made you sleep. But she's so pretty. She's so pretty. Her skill set looks so good. And you want an on-fielder? I think the next on-fielder we're getting is Vesna. Vesna's the next on-fielder. Fairy Girl. I'm excited for Fairy Girl. I'm excited for Vesna. Let's do a test trial. How can I see her pretty stuff? You can't play her, but she does it off field. What do you mean?
Crystalline Adagio.
See, look here, little guy. I guess she doesn't do it, I suppose.
Surrender and I'll be gentle.
So maybe... Yeah, that's fair. All right. Oh my god, I don't have energy to do this. Incredible. You could just be like, screw it, I'm gonna run her on field. Her thing lasts for like a long time though.
Witness the snow swan's grace.
Yeah, her main damage is pretty poo. Her off-field damage is very good though. Like if you run her, this is gonna sound weird, if you run her with Cryo Traveler, she does about as much damage as Cryo Traveler does, and he's the main DPS.
Let's begin. Crystalline Adagio. Swirl, Mark.
Here, boy.
Come on, keep up. Take a break. What a joke.
You have that? Wait, that's true. I didn't even think about that. You actually have done. Oh, it just killed them. Okay, cool. Easy peasy. It just straight up died. I actually don't know a lot about Alosha. I don't know how to play Alosha. Let's look at Alosha. You did DPS Yunjin? That's crazy. Okay, like DPS Kokomi is like a thing, right? DPS Barbara can also be a thing. I've never heard of DPS Yunjin though. Losha is an electro character with off-field and DPS healing capabilities. When his skills unleashed, he applies Hunter's Mark. Did any of them get hit again by his normal or by his skill? Or if they take a hit from Tugarin, they also get their attack increased when holding the skill hit on any mode. Oh, I feel like I should be doing that. First summon system.
Prey spotted.
Ooh.
Tugarin, back!
I'm a rock. Can't have Animo hypostasis emulation. Come on, keep up.
I like how it's just giving me
Okay.
Sandrone for all the testing because we need a Stella Conduct
Come on,
character.
keep up.
How often do trials that are not for a 5-star give us a 5-star? Not very often, I feel like. Cause she's based, she is based. I'm actually gonna build Alosha for Patsu's team. I didn't realize that he was bis for Stella Conduct, which makes sense considering he's an Electro 4-star from Snezhnaya. He's better than Barbara, or Beto, I mean, Barbara. Better than Beto. Yeah, usually they only give 4 stars in the trial, except for obviously the 5-star trial character. But probably because there's no on-field Stellar Conduct character other than Traveler and Sandrone right now, so they want to show off Stellar Conduct. Makes sense. You're saving for Mother? I'm gonna be pulling for Vodyanitsa and most likely her weapon, and then also for Vesna and maybe her weapon. So my Vesna Vodyanitsa team is gonna go off. It's gonna be excellent. I'm so excited. Yeah, if I don't get Vodyanitsa with what I've got, I will spend money. I require her. She is by far my most looked forward to character for Snezhnaya.
Ah, you made it.
For sure.
I've got some tickets, and I managed to set something up with the Rokot.
Did you guys expect Alosha to have this kind of voice?
It'll have to wait until after the show, though. Happy to stay and watch?
I
I doubt you've seen
expected
the Korolyevsky troupe on stage before.
Alosha to have more of like a younger boy voice, but I feel like he's just like, yeah, I'm a guy. I think killing people's okay sometimes. Of course, no problem. Thanks for sorting everything
Pleasure. Here.
out. Mermaid and
This is the way
Sarita.
in.
Wait, are you gonna try to pull for Odette then, or are you gonna save for Vodyanitsa? Because Vodyanitsa comes out in like 4 weeks or 5 weeks. 5 weeks. 5 weeks. Soon. Patsu also wants Vodyanitsa, but Patsu has like 70 pity with a guarantee. So Patsu's like literally a 10 pull away from getting Vodyanitsa. She's Hydro. Yeah, Vodyanitsa is Hydro, also off-fielder. She's gonna be an off-fielder. But she's like a generalist support. She does Hydro Res Drop, or Res Shred, Cryo Res Shred, and if she triggers Stellar Swirl, she also does Animo Res Shred, and increases, evolves the Stellar Swirl into Stellar Vortex. So she is like, her best team is gonna be a Stellar Swirl team, but she works in any Hydro or Cryo team. She also heals and does off-field Hydro damage, and also buffs the character's attack. She's an attack buffer, a Stellar Swirl buffer, a Hydro, Cryo, and Animo Res Shred, and also a healer, I think. She literally does like everything. It's actually kind of insane. And I think she's going to be one of those characters that like her Sig is very good for her. Like, I mean, Sig is good for every character, but like some characters are like, oh, they're pretty free to play friendly. I'm guessing Vodyanitsa is going to be like kind of like, well, she's HP scaling actually. So I feel like you can do the crafted weapon that gives, you could do what's it called? There's a crafted weapon catalyst that gives you HP and ER. That would be very good for her. So actually, maybe she will be kind of free to play. Saving for Tsaritsa. I also want Tsaritsa, but we'll see. We'll see. Because I got Odette, I want Vodyanitsa and her weapon, and I want Vesna and maybe Vesna's weapon. I don't know if I'm going to have anything left over for Tsaritsa, but we'll try. You have a guarantee. Oh, but you got Chi-Chi. At least Chi-Chi's good now. Hydro Cat? Is she a cat? No, she's a mermaid. She's a mermaid. She even turns into a mermaid. It's crazy. And apparently when you go in water, she turns into her mermaid form, just when you're in water.
Thank you.
Thank you. She's very pretty. Kokomi found dead in a ditch somewhere, though. She's literally an exact replacement for Kokomi. Hydro app.
Is that guy with the Fatu?
Off-field hydro app that
Looks like
pulses.
he's waiting for something.
Look at Valeri's face, dude. He's just like, huh. I'm here. I'm looking menacing.
Okay, all done. Thank you for your cooperation. Please proceed through to the theater.
Yeah, it literally Kokomi found dead in a ditch. Off-field hydro app and healing, and is a mermaid. So I feel so bad for Kokomi. Kokomi is my goat, though. I love Kokomi so much. I just feel bad that like literally everything about
What's
her
up?
personality and identity
Everything okay?
has been just like one-upped with Vodyanitsa. I wasn't expecting such strict security here.
Snezhnaya's business and political leaders are always passing through here, so it makes
Ladna?
sense that security's tight.
Lee, are you re-downloading Genshin? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Still, it's a little
I know,
unusual to
it's
see the
okay, guys.
Fatu's
Kokomi
Armory
still lives on
Palace
in our
guard here.
hearts.
You saw him, right?
Armory Palace
The
Guard?
guy right at the back. Strong, silent type. His name's Valeri.
Valeri is super funny. I've seen a few snippets of things he's done, and I think it's really just for father. I mean, now's a good time to get into Genshin again because new region and stuff like that.
He's part of the Special Assignments Battalion.
So he is.
I only ever see him here for one thing. To look for a guy named Mitya.
Media. Who's that?
Supposedly a researcher, though he never seems to put much time in at the office. The theater is one of his favorite places to hang out when he's playing hooky from work, but that's not for us to worry about.
I can't
Let's
wait
go.
to meet
The
Mitya.
show's about to start.
He looks really funny. I like him already, and I don't even know anything about him. Dude, that's true. We get father and mother. True.
What do you think? Pretty impressive, huh?
Ooh, pretty. Wow, it reminds me of Fontaine's opera Epiclese. Wow. Yeah, okay, it reminds me of the opera Epiclese.
The one in Fontaine? I hear it's iconic. Never seen it for myself, though.
They probably just modified
Here
it.
we are, just in time. So,
Did I
coming through.
write this? No. Maybe I'm John Genshin now. Excuse us.
Ugh. If you're gonna show up late, keep your mouth shut.
Who the hell is this guy? What the frig? Chuganov,
What's
my
his
ass.
problem? Whatever. No point arguing with people like that.
Kill that guy. No, 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 no.
There she is.
No, no, no.
That's who I'm introducing you to.
But he will
later.
have an.
She's the lead singer of the troupe, Vodyanitsa.
Oh my god, she's so beautiful. Oh my god, she's so cute. Guys, stay calm, guys. She's here.
Что мне приходилось дня, что растворится в бессонной тьме, потоки будничной суеты, мысли милее мечты, тянутся годы мои бесцельно, в них больше нет любви.
Oh my god, so pretty. Let's go. Clappy, 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 clappy.
This leads directly to the green room. They're expecting us. Vodyanitsa will be waiting for us there.
Oh my god, I'm so excited to meet her. Follow Alyosha to the green room. Don't mind if I do. Oh my god, guys, look. She stood upon this very ground, licks floor. I mean, what? Wait, what's over here? I can go in here? Whose room is this? Oops. Guys, the dust upon which she walked.
Hey there. Excuse me.
Ugh, can you believe it? I'm so mad right now.
Oh my god, she's so
Come
cute.
in. Oh, it's you two.
Wasn't expecting to see you here.
Huh? You know each other? Oh, wait. Is this who you were telling me about? The one you met yesterday and couldn't stop thinking about?
Wait, she's so expressive. Wait, why is she moving like that? Why is she so expressive? Wait, who is Vodyanitsa's ENVA? We know, right? It's voice act. Oh, it's Susie Young. Oh shit! It's Eula. That's crazy. I forgot about that. I forgot that she voices Vodyanitsa as well. Actually?
Huh? You know each other? Oh, wait. Is this who you were telling me about? The one you... I never said that. Yes, you did. Why are you denying it? It was right before I went on that rant about the moody factory owner. Oh, I remember it so clearly.
You couldn't stop thinking about? Do I have beef about them not using the new traveler outfit? I think they missed an opportunity for sure to use the new traveler outfit, seeing as they promoted it so much. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna move mountains to be upset about it, if that makes sense. Like, I'm like, ah, man, I feel like they really should have used it, but I'm not like upset about it. Does that make sense? I feel like I don't care enough about it to really be that upset about it. But I do think that they made a mistake not using the traveler outfit. She moves like those TikToks pretending to be anime characters. Have you guys seen those? I know exactly what you're talking about, B. It's like a comparison between like regular acting and TikTok acting, where they're like overly expressive. But hey, maybe Vodyanitsa's a zoomer.
Might I ask what brings you two here?
Maybe she's basically an influencer, so maybe she actually is TikTok rotted. Her XP bar is too low.
I just brought him here to
not
see the
too
show.
low XP
And when it finished,
bar.
he was full of praise for Vodyanitsa's performance.
It was awesome.
So I thought I'd try my luck, see if we could get the chance to chat for a bit. Maybe get an autograph?
So we just walk backstage.
You work here. You of all people ought to know that's against the rules.
You work here.
It's not what the green room is there for. Oh, what's the big deal? Come on, don't be shy. I can give you an autograph. You can take a picture too if you want.
I think it works though. I think it works in games because we're so used to characters, especially in Genshin, having like these deadpan expressions while they're talking. Seeing someone extra expressive feels good, I feel like. Like, it's not quite bubbly like ZZZ is, but it's still a lot more animation than we
Do
normally
as you
get.
please.
Even Odette is like deadpan, but I feel like she just kind of has that
I
personality.
finished all my shows for the day. I'll leave you to chat.
Having them next to each other is actually wild. It's like, it's
I
night
wasn't
and
making
day.
that stuff up, you know. Odette's just too proud to admit it.
Ah, our first 6-star
She
character.
thinks very highly of you. And so do I. You did the right thing in Svietloladovka.
Oh my god, I love her so much.
We're good. Odette's out of earshot. I'll lock the door.
Guys, is Vodyanitsa climbing the ranks? Is she top 5 for me? She might even be top 3.
Confidentiality, of course.
Guys,
The Rokad is very strict on that.
I can't tell if I like Vodyanitsa more than Nilu or not. This is very dangerous.
Whoa, Alosha! Not out loud! Not with an outsider here.
Okay.
Relax. I've taken care of it. Look at this.
Like Yehoda. Oh, I love Yehoda. Oh my god, Yehoda is so fun. She's one of my favorite 4-stars.
The president's reply sent this morning. Wait, so he's been approved to join?
Huh? As in me?
You told me last night that you wanted to get intel from the Rokad. Unfortunately, Rokad intel is only available
1.x
to
characters
members.
next to 6 point. That's true. That's true. Okay, but I mean, I've been seeing a lot of people do the thing where they have Odette and then they bring out like Ayaka or something or Ganyu, and I'm like, I feel like that's not fair. I mean, it makes sense that they're gonna like get better over time, right? I'm glad that the new characters look so much more detailed. Like, it's a bit jarring to see them next to old characters, but I would rather they make them better and have that discrepancy than them to stay bad. right? Like, I think it's a good thing in the end. I don't know if they would have time to actually update old characters. That sounds like a lot of work. You might have to pull for Vodunitsa or Nilu. I love Nilu so much, but I wouldn't pull for her if I started playing in Snezhnaya.
But ever since you set foot in Snezhnaya,
She's
you've been
too
working together.
niche.
I've seen the way you work, your
Well,
character.
I probably would
and
because I
your
love
motives.
her, but I don't think she was meta when I
Everything
pulled her
about you
originally.
is perfectly in alignment with what
I'd
we're
probably
trying
still
to
pull her,
achieve in the
actually, 'cause
Rokat.
I love her.
So I figured I might as well cut to the chase. I wrote a letter to the president explaining your situation, including just the right amount of detail. His approval came very quickly.
Well, it makes sense. The president probably knows who we
Of course,
are.
it's still your decision whether you want to join or not. We'll respect your choice.
They're rich as fuck. That is true. That is true. But at the end of the day, they have to justify, right? I feel like there's no way that like the higher ups are gonna approve that amount of money being spent for something like old characters when at the end of the day, they don't really care about old characters unless they're I mean, I feel like they're already doing us a huge favor by making old characters buffed for new reaction. Going above and beyond to like redo their models, I feel like they're going to be like, nah, we don't feel like it's worth it, you know? Because that's a lot of money and time spent on something that I feel like is a very temporary issue. I feel like people are going to get over it pretty quick. So that means you and Vodunitsa, you're both members?
Well, assuming Odette was telling the truth and she didn't misjudge you, I guess we don't need to worry about you blowing our cover.
True. Yeah. Well, the Traveler's new fits, right? We were just talking about that actually.
Still, you
They
gave
really
me a
should have.
real fright. I didn't know that's why you came looking for me.
She's so cute.
So, that stuff you said about admiring my performance,
Aww.
was that just because Odette was here? Did you actually mean it?
No, I meant every word. I loved your singing.
Now you're talking. That's what I like to hear.
She's doing the Nilu pose, guys. Oh my god. Nilu, I think, was the first character that did this pose in the story. Oh, so cute. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't use Traveler's new outfit. It looks really good. But for some reason, dude, I don't understand. It doesn't really make any sense.
Anyway, let me give you a quick rundown of how things work. Like I said,
I
the
don't know,
Rokat is a
dude. I don't
covert
know.
organization, and we hide our identities.
I can't think of a reason. Cause like, oh, maybe you haven't done the quest yet, but like, it's literally you get it in the Archon quest. So like, what? There's no reason why you wouldn't have the new outfit.
Members typically don't meet in person or even know each other's identities.
But does
This
Barba
helps us
do
maintain
that
a high
exact
level of independence
pose?
and secrecy.
As an idol pose?
Because of this, members are basically free to decide their methods without constraints.
Or did she do it later
so long
in
as
an
the
event?
outcome of any
Because I know they
activity doesn't
add
violate the
animations to
organization's
Genshin over time.
principles.
After all, we don't have any ostensible contact with each other. This way, if anything goes wrong, no one else will be implicated.
Beyond the freedom to choose
It
how
could
you
be
operate,
Barbara.
it's
It could
also
be
your
Barbara.
choice
But
whether
Nilu
to
does
act
it in
at
the
all.
story.
We have
multiple
plenty of
times.
members who have yet to take any action.
I think it's super cute. She's like shy.
In short, joining the Rokat in and of itself won't place any restrictions on your activity in Snezhnaya. There's a code of conduct you can read if it interests you. But basically, as long as you don't plan on using your anonymity to go around doing evil, you'll be fine.
I tried reading it 5 or 6 times. Never made it all the way through. Even the most lackluster script makes for more interesting reading.
Sounds good to me. I'm in.
Great. Then I'll go grab an official application form. Be right back.
For an underground like movement, they have a lot of official documents. I feel like that's a paper trail. Well, since you keep your identity secret, how come you two know each other?
Well, Alosha has this pet dog you see. His name's Tagarin. And this one time, Alosha brought him backstage. Tagarin took quite a liking to me, so I played with him for a little bit and fed him some treats. Then, the Rokat was out on a mission one day, and even though we were all in disguise, Tagarin recognized me right away.
Just a coincidence, really. We didn't report it to the higher-ups, though, to avoid dealing with the fallout. Like, my job at the theater, for instance. I really needed to make ends meet.
Oh, fuck, I have no money.
By the way, what were you complaining about just before we came in? Did everything go okay with Chuganov?
Chuganov.
Everything did not go okay. That's why I was so mad. I tried to make some small talk with him before I went on stage to fish for intel about the Iskra manufacturing plant. But he wouldn't take the bait. No matter what I said, he kept dodging the question. And then he started complaining. He said he didn't appreciate his second-rate seat in the stalls because he usually gets a private box. I mean, what did he expect? Everyone knows that if you want a box seat, you buy a ticket well in advance. But instead, he sends me a letter the day before the show when we're practically sold out. I had to juggle things around just to get him a half-decent seat, hoping he would appreciate the gesture enough to share some information. But nope, he didn't give me anything.
I like how pouty she
meeting
is, kind
Chuganov
of.
in
That's
person
cute.
has definitely been a disappointing experience.
Chuganov.
Oh,
This
you
guy.
probably
That's the
don't
guy
know
who was
who
an
we're
asshole.
talking about, do you? Chuganov was that older guy you were sitting next to today. I'm sure he didn't make a great first impression on you either.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he seemed like a real
To the
grouch.
citizenry, he's a family man and a kind boss. But our interactions with him tell a very different story. It's one thing to ask for a favor, but he acts like it's his right. He always expects special treatment. Take the ticket situation, for instance. I've actually gotten him a private box
Yeah, the
in
one Lee
past.
told me to go kill.
But not only was he not even grateful, now he's acting like I've sold him short this time. Not to mention that he's never paid for a single one of his tickets.
It's pretty outrageous.
And another thing, if he's such a big family man, why doesn't he bring his wife and daughter to see the show once in a while? I've never seen them here, not even once.
Calm down, Vodyanitsa. If you won't do it the easy way, we'll have to try the hard way.
Oh, are we gonna get to beat him up?
But first things first. Here's your application form. Go ahead and fill it out.
I want to beat this guy up. My name is Fake Miller, Jenny Lilbell, Citrus. My race is Primogem. My code name is the 12th? Oh, Harbinger maybe? King Jabberfries. And my reason for application. No. Lord of the Seven Calamities. My application reason is I want to ordinary people. I think the Rokot is cool. I'm here to put an end to the organization. Mom told me to give it a try. I oppose Project Student. Actually, I don't. I want to ordinary people. Firm submission. No, don't change
Looks
it.
like I'll need to make a few little tweaks here and there. But other than that, you're good to go.
I didn't
We'll
lie.
hold on
I'm
to
not
this for you.
human.
All right. Now that we're officially Rokot comrades, I can tell you. Chukhanov is the target of our current operation. Recently,
figured as much.
we've done some recon work at the Iskra manufacturing plant, which pretty much confirmed that their energy
4
consumption
hours?
is way beyond the legal limit.
Wait, Lee, you gotta write down my UID in the meantime. Write it down so that you can add me after. Let me put it in chat. Yippee!
All we need now is some direct evidence to present to the Vetcha, so we can demand that they shut the plant down.
Oh wait, what's wrong with it? Is this a recon work which pretty much confirmed that their energy consumption? Oh, they're not following eco
That way,
guidelines,
the
guys.
Kresny Crystal can be allocated to where it's needed most.
I was hoping he might let slip during one of our chats, but he's too tight-lipped. We'll have to find another way. I'm meeting another regular theater goer tonight. Mitya.
Losha mentioned that name earlier.
But Valeri's here too, and he's probably looking for Mitya, so he may end up being a no-show.
Don't you worry.
Oh, that was so
He
cute.
must know how to dodge Valeri, or he wouldn't be showing up on time for every performance. Mitya is a renowned energy expert. Although we can't get any direct evidence of the excessive energy consumption at the plant, we can accidentally let the information slip to him.
Lee, you should do yourself a solid. Look up Genshin launcher download throttle speed. There's actually some interesting stuff with the Genshin launcher download where you can change some settings on your computer to unthrottle the download speed. It's worth looking into, at least for a little bit, because that happened to me where it was throttled to like a tenth of my normal download speeds. And then there was a setting I looked up and oh, you're not in.
The
sorry, I
authorities should
thought you
take
were on
someone like
PC.
him seriously.
Good luck,
so if
gamer.
he starts raising questions about energy use at the Iskra manufacturing plant, there will be a proper
I'm
investigation.
sorry.
Also, we're not allowed on site, but he has clearance. So all we need is his cooperation.
Since he is an energy expert, does that mean he might know the inside story of Project Stuja?
Yeah, so that's the other thing we're trying to figure out. Though I think we're far less likely to make any progress on that front.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make any slip-ups about Stuja.
Still,
That's like
I
top
hear
secret.
that Mitya is a bit of a chatterbox. So, who knows? Maybe if we catch him in the right mood, he'll let something slip.
What do you think? Sound like something worth your time?
Definitely. I'd love to join you.
Okay, in that case, you guys find a seat somewhere nearby. Pretend you're a couple of buddies there to eat, and keep your ears peeled for useful information. He's a huge fan, so I doubt he'll have his guard up around me. But you two need to be convincing. If he suspects anything at all, he might stop talking.
I mean, Mitya seems like a
Sure.
smart guy.
Don't worry. We'll make a believable pair of buddies.
I'm sure we can manage a bit of friendly chit-chat.
Perfect! You've sold me already. Now, help me tidy this room up a bit before we head out.
Okay. What needs tidying?
Everything!
Oh, she's a girl failure. I love it. She's just a mess. Just like me, for real, for real. A howling gale. We tidied up. Let's go. Go to Podvorye. Oh, they're practicing. I thought I was about to interrupt a performance. Good luck, ballerinas. You got this. Can you believe it? Arcady, this time I've had 10 whole lines. 10! I got to perform an entire scene all by myself. A heart-wrenching one, too, with a mother wailing over her lost child. You see the audience? They were hanging on every word, utterly captivated. I swear I nearly had them in tears. Oh my god. Yeah, that was a lot longer than I thought I was going to get. Anyway, continue to the restaurant.
Take it
Ooh. Serpent sign next. Excellent food nearby. Brew. A celebrity
We
at a
come here
restaurant.
often, so we shouldn't stand out. Let's sit here. Now, it's up to Vodyanica. Let's see how the conversation goes.
Where's Mitya? Where are you? Hello? There he is. Lappy, are you there? How do you feel about Mitya?
Mr.
I feel like
Mitya,
he'd be
over
your
here,
type.
over here!
Oh, sorry. I got a little held up on my way here. Now we have even less time than we planned.
Oh my god, wait, the running animation is actually really cute.
Go ahead and order some snacks and drinks. Whatever you like. Let me see. According to my schedule, we still have 25 minutes left.
You're really pressed for time today, huh? I was imagining this would be a leisurely chat. If you'd prefer, we can always reschedule for another afternoon when you have more time.
Oh my god, having tea with your Oshi?
No need. Getting to meet the lead singer is a very precious opportunity for me. I'm not about to pass it up. I've already had to decline your invitation several times because our schedules rarely align. If I don't grab this chance while it's here, who knows when the
Oh,
next
his
one will
little
come
hand
around.
thing.
Well, it's very kind of you to make time just for me.
What's going on with this scarf? Like it's alive.
I'm not too sure, to be honest. But Snezhnaya is full of weird and wonderful things like that, so people tend not to bat an eye. I'm sure the same will go for the Eye of Grey and Paimon.
That'll make getting around
The
easier.
reason I invited you out for tea and a chat today was to get
My
some
gosh.
feedback from a true fan of
Is
the
that-
theater.
What the heck? That's huge.
Well, I genuinely have nothing bad to say. No matter how many times I hear you sing, it never gets old.
The eyes
It
look really
always
good.
seems
I mean, just
fresh and
general
new
characters
somehow.
are more.
Maybe it's because the more times I listen, the more details I notice. Or maybe you simply improve with every performance, delivering it better each time.
Thank you. I'm delighted to hear that. Could you give me any specific examples?
Oh, yeah. The piece you sang today, for example. Beneath the Frozen River? Hey, what's with you? I'm just praising a good performance. I always used to find that such a bleak
What
and
the? Why did
lonely
it
song.
smack his mouth?
But the more you listen, the more you realize that it's not as cold and nihilistic as it appears. When you really dig down into it, there's a certain level where you're surprised by the emergence of hope.
Wow, I'm impressed. I didn't expect you to pick up on that. Actually, I only tried out that angle after talking with a composer. Still, Beneath the Frozen River wasn't on today's program.
Oh, really? But it's a classic. You sing it every time.
He missed the concert today.
Almost every time.
Oh, well then, let me say a few words about that other all-time classic, Flying in the Wind from the Mountain Sparrow.
I didn't sing that one today either. My voice wasn't quite up to it, so I switched it out
He's
at the
getting
last
caught
minute.
in the act. Media, don't lie.
But,
Sorry, Mr. Mitya, but you were at the theater today, yes?
of course I was. Remember? I said hello to all the troupe members before the show started. You, Odette, and the others.
So what did Odette sing today?
Oh my god.
Elegy of the Snow-Winged Goose, of course.
Correct. I see.
Did he just
I
guess correctly,
see.
or did he miss Vodyanitsa's performance?
You find my singing boring, don't you? That's why you don't remember a single song. Looks like I'll need to cut a few from the program next
Oh,
time.
is she pouting?
No, that's not it. I swear. All right. I'll be straight with you. I'm sorry. My mind was wandering as you took the stage today.
Oh my god.
I enjoy watching your shows because the exquisite performances stimulate the mind. It always sparks some inspiration for my research. So, whenever I get stuck at work, I come to the theater for a change of pace. Odette's dance during the elegy of the
Canon.
Snow-Winged Goose today was simply incredible. It got me wondering what she's been going through recently.
How you doing, unknown?
That look of sheer defiance in the face of
Hi,
utter
Rhino.
tragedy, it was so inspiring. I started scribbling in my notebook right away.
For the hydrate, I'll take a drink right now.
Not that I made a ton of progress in the grand scheme of things, but I still think it was productive. By the time I snapped out of it, the entire show had finished.
So what you're saying is, you didn't listen to my singing at all?
Unfortunately not. I'm sorry, I don't know which is more disrespectful. The fact that I don't always come for the
Make it
show
up to her
itself,
right
or
now!
the fact that I missed
Prostrate
your
yourself.
performance.
Seems like things are getting a little awkward.
You look nervous. What's up?
Mitya just stepped into a conversational minefield.
You like it? Yeah, it's
If
good.
there's one
right?
thing Vodyanitsa doesn't like, it's people who show disrespect for her
Oh yeah.
performance.
No, this Archon quest is really good so far, and I love Vodyanitsa, so I'm getting to see a lot of
This
her
meeting
now. I'm
was
very
so hard
happy.
to set up. Don't tell me it's already falling apart.
Shadow, what is up, gamer? wait. Oh my god. Premium Vodyanitsa Humph acquired.
It's fine. I suppose this is affirming in its own way.
Carrot, what
It
is
shows that
up?
our
How are you
performance
doing?
really touches people's hearts, right? Don't let it bother you. It certainly doesn't bother me.
She's straight up lying.
She's showing a lot of restraint.
Must be tough.
Well, I'll be sure to let Odette know how much you adored her performance.
The Archon quest so far is going very well, Shin. How are you doing? Carrot, how have you been? Guys, oh my god, go check out Carrot. They play Apex. Also, they cosplayed Firefly at Offkai, and it was freaking adorable. You gonna go see Spider-Man? Ooh, good luck. I heard it was pretty
Please
good.
don't say that. I always love your performances too. It's just that inspiration struck at the wrong time today. I'm usually all ears.
Heard Firefly, enough said. Yeah, they cosplayed Firefly at Offkai. It was so funny. I saw them out of the corner of my eye and my Firefly senses went off. I was like, oh my god, thank you for cosplaying Firefly. And they were like, Karen, I don't know if you remember this, but you were like, I wasn't sure if I should cosplay Firefly or not because it's a VTuber convention. And I was like, no, please. We love Firefly. Like, please keep cosplaying Firefly.
I know. I can tell. That's why I value your opinion.
And also, I'm doing well, Karen. Yeah, it's gonna take me a couple more days to
I'm
get through
sure
this Archon
some
quest,
people
but
can't
we
stand
get
it
through
when
it as fast
others
as we
praise
can.
their coworkers right to their face, but not me. No, sir.
Okay, this is real though. This is real. It is very frustrating when you're in a room with someone and everyone is praising the other person, but no one says anything to you. You guys can relate, right? Like, that's happened. It happens to me a lot. It's understandable because a lot of the people that I surround myself with are very talented and deserve praise. But when it happens like 18 times in a row and you never get complimented, it does wear on you a little. So I understand
Fair
why
enough.
Vodinitsu would be.
I still feel kind of bad though.
But you know what I really can't stand? People who only show up to the theater to pretend that they're cultured. Makes me sick to my stomach.
Oh yeah, 100%. There are too many of those people around. By the time they're walking out the door, they've forgotten
Oh,
all
is she
about
gonna
the
use
show.
this to weave in Chugunov?
What's wrong? You look furious.
I don't know if you've heard about the boss of the Iskra manufacturing plant. He isn't even a theater investor, but he always demands the same
Oh,
privileges as
the giant
actual
Ina, yeah,
investors.
it's super cute. I hope you go to Offkai again. That was super
Box
cool.
tickets only, premium drinks, even the right to request specific songs.
Well played, Vodyanitsa. Seems like she's harnessing her rage to steer the conversation back on
Ooh,
track.
Smart girl.
Now that you mention it, I've interacted with that guy before. I gotta say, everyone holds him up as an example of a benevolent businessman, but I don't know. I don't see it.
Yeah, he couldn't care less about what's happening on stage. He's just there to flaunt his social status. I hate that I have to prepare programs for guys like that. What's the big deal with that factory he runs anyway? I asked around a bit and heard some pretty
Ooh,
shocking
she's weaving it in
stories.
pretty good.
Sounds like he's just
You
another
can't next
greedy
year for. Oh
capitalist.
no. Okay, maybe in the future though.
Oh, really?
Yep, the things people are saying are pretty damning. Low wages, insanely long working hours, equipment running around the clock. And as if that's not bad enough, he also strictly forbids his employees from giving any kind of interview.
She's just a girly complaining about men. I mean, I'm here for it.
Project Stuja has now been extended so many times. We're at the point where crystal rations for the common folk are barely enough to survive on. Yet he even wants to get his greedy hands on
Yeah,
them
that's
just
true.
to
I
boost
know
his own
you had
profits.
mentioned that. It's quite a travel just to come to California.
If the rumors are true, he's in serious violation of the law.
Interesting. So you've heard about it too?
Ooh, so they're already looking into it.
What? So it's really true?
Who knows? I've only heard the same rumors you have. But there's no smoke without fire. The rooster's been coming
Well,
down on us hard lately, demanding that we track and trace
rooster.
every single batch of crystal. My coworkers in the Department of Energy have been tearing their hair out over it.
The rooster? I didn't realize he cared that much.
Yeah. Even though there are no restrictions on crystal trading, the poor will wind up freezing to death if we let the rich buy as much as they want. Looks like we'll need to arrange an investigation into the Iskra manufacturing plant as soon as
Ooh, it
possible.
worked! It worked!
I never knew you kept up with current affairs beyond the theater, Miss Vodyanitsa. You really have a heart for the common person. Most Fae in your position have long been indifferent to the plight of
Oh,
humans.
that makes sense.
Well, those of us who choose to live in human cities are naturally going to pay attention to any significant upheaval. Isn't the rooster a Fae himself?
Okay, I guess that kind of
I'm
explains
just
it.
surprised to learn that even someone with as much experience as him is getting so stressed out over Project Stuja.
Oh, she's pushing too hard.
What is the end goal of this project anyway?
This is it. We're finally going there.
I'm sure Mitya can sense on some level that she's fishing for information. But since their conversation is so relaxed, he might just let something slip.
It's stressing me out too. If I'd only made better progress with my research, things wouldn't have dragged on this long.
Oh, so your work is related to Project Stuja?
I mean, he's not gonna say anything,
That's
right?
The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source. Not the power of the Light Realm and not elemental energy.
Oh. Wait, what about Pneumosia, though? Oh, no, that's Fontaine exclusive.
Right now, the only thing that meets the requirements is the power contained within stellar linchpins. But harnessing that power is costly. Each step of the process requires enormous amounts of Kresnet crystal. From extraction to quantification to attempts at conversion, progress has been painfully slow, and the team is getting burned out as time goes by. Sometimes, I see people staring into space as if in a trance.
Could it be that this new energy source has side effects?
No, it doesn't affect us, because the energy is used for... Okay, I got it.
He almost actually let it slip. That's crazy.
Sorry, I can't talk about that. I think we're all just exhausted. We've been working ourselves to the bone for so long with so little progress to show for it. It's no wonder people are struggling.
Wait, that's
to stay motivated.
crazy. I didn't think he would actually accidentally let it slip.
Seems like I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have gotten so mad at you for not paying attention during the show.
Don't worry about it. I count myself lucky, to be honest. I don't envy the people who work closely with the Tsaritsa herself. I'd much rather be in my current position. At least I don't have to shoulder any major responsibilities.
So they're trying to develop a completely new kind of energy.
It's a shame we didn't get to hear more.
Yeah, censored by a scarf. Who would have thought?
I wonder if someone gave him the scarf because he talks too much.
Oh, dear. It looks like my time is up. I'm afraid I have to leave. I'm so sorry. We ended up barely talking about the theater.
That's okay. It was a pleasure chatting with you, really.
Let's make up for it next time. Yeah, hopefully once the
I
work
like
pressure eases
Mitya.
up a little, I'll be able to focus more on the performance, and then we'll have more to discuss.
Guys, is this the most amount of men that I've actually thought that are pretty cool in a region?
We
Mitya,
touched on some
Alosha,
confidential
Valeri.
issues today. I'd be grateful if you could keep it between us.
Sorry, you just told the Rokot
That
everything.
Could have gone worse.
Nice job. Why was Mitya in such a hurry to leave, though?
Oh, Noi. I forgot about Noi. You mean the vampire lord dude? He's got to be a vampire, right?
Sorry, routine inspection.
Is that Valeri? He's looking for Mitya. Oh, he knew that Valeri was going to show up.
Okay, let's go.
He's just looking for Mitya. That's crazy. So is...
he wasn't rushing to get back to work. He must have calculated that Valeri would find him here in exactly 25 minutes. That's frighteningly accurate.
He's gotta... Okay, wait. So is the Valeri Mitya situation like, I'm trying to think of who the equivalent would be. I don't know who it would be.
One of the
actually.
main duties of the Special Assignments Battalion is to ensure that important figures stick to their schedules.
Sounds like Mitya's arch enemy.
All right, time for us to get going too. Excuse me, check please.
Check, please.
We'll settle our check too, then.
I'll hate them,
hold
Kave.
Mr. Mitya paid the check before leaving.
I suppose. They have more like a love-hate relationship, I feel like.
He also asked me to pass on a message. He said it was an honor to share his tea break with Miss Vodyanitsa and her two friends.
Oh, so he knew the whole time that they were listening.
Wait,
So he knew we were here all along?
Definitely the like obsession between them, right?
This
Or the
raises a
obsession, the
lot of
one-sided
questions.
obsession.
Did he deliberately mention the new energy source so that we'd overhear it?
Sounds like either Mitya is feeding us misinformation, which why would he then tell us that he knew that we were there? Or B, which more likely, he wanted to help out the Rokot, or us at least.
Maybe his work isn't confidential after all. Maybe the key here is the purpose of this new energy. I guess that's the next thing to look into.
Vodyanitsa is so pretty. Guys, I think I have a new favorite.
Vodyanitsa and Alosha have left. Time to head back and call it a day.
And she's good in a Vesna team. Like, I know, guys, I know I said that I'm going to be using this Skirk Yolana Escoffier team for a long time. But when Vesna comes out, I may have to use the Vesna Vodyanitsa team. I may have to use that team. Guys, I'm cooked. Return to your room. Who are the other good characters on the Vesna team? Vesna team comps. Because we have leaks, right? Vesna, Odette, Farazan? Oh, wait, do I have C6 Farazan? I don't. I have C5 Farazan. Wait, but Vesna will probably have Farazan be the 4-star on her banner, I'm guessing. Yeah, the Drushna girl, the fairy girl. She has fairy wings! Guys, I am so excited for Vesna and Vodyanitsa. So Vodyanitsa is like the BIS Stellar Swirl support. Vesna is going to be the Stellar Swirl DPS, and I already really wanted them. Odette is a Stellar Glimmer Reaction support. So it's going to be Vodyanitsa, Odette, Vesna. All three characters that I'm already going to be playing for regardless of team comp. And then the fourth could probably just be anyone. I'm guessing Farazan because she's just an insane animal buffer. So probably Farazan will be the fourth. Hopefully Farazan is one of the 4-stars on Vesna's banner. But if we don't get Vesna, I could always use Yolan because she's C6. I don't know. Yeah, I'm excited for Vesna. She's super cute. Vodyanitsa and Vesna were my top 2 most anticipated characters. Odette was 3rd, Saritsa 4th. How are you feeling?
Paimon was just gonna mention that.
So the
After she
fact
woke
that
up
they
today,
actually work well together on a
felt like her
team is
temperature was
insanely
completely
lucky
back
to
to
me.
normal, but her strength still hasn't returned. Still, there's some good news. Paimon thinks she might have figured out the source of the problem.
Oh, really?
It's like there's some kind of mysterious power affecting Paimon.
Poor
Paimon's
Paimon.
never felt this way before during any of her travels. She only started feeling this way since we arrived in Snezhnaya.
Some kind of mysterious power, you say?
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source.
Oh.
Could that have
Shoot.
something to do with this?
So Project Stooges interfering with Paimon?
What is it? You're making that face again.
Is it because
No.
Paimon's
The one you
from
get whenever you have a light bulb
Celestia?
moment?
Question mark. And it's like anti-Celestia energy, maybe? Because we know that the Saritsa is gunning for for Celestia, right? So, and Project Stooja is super top secret, so it's not surprising that Project Stooja is related to something anti-Celestia. So if it's a new energy source, maybe that energy is very like Celestia related, so it's bothering Paimon because Paimon's from Celestia. Which, like, the current theory I feel like is that she's Asmodee, but like, I guess it would affect her even if she was just from Celestia, right? Let me tell you what I found today. So why is there a massive stack of honey toast
You're trying
everywhere
to
we
develop
go?
a new energy source here? And you think that might be why Paimon's feeling unwell?
Yes.
Well, Media denied that the energy they're researching has any side effects. Although, he did say that people working on the project have been having issues with their concentration and short-term memory. And even so, those are completely different symptoms from Paimon's.
Paimon, this power that you mentioned, can you sense where it's coming from?
It's pretty faint, so it's kind of hard to tell. But, if anything, it seems like it's coming from roughly the same direction as the Armory Palace.
No more reason to find out the purpose of the research.
Sure, Paimon's with you there. But how, though? The Rokot only has a limited amount of intel.
Oh, there's one avenue we haven't explored yet. The Snezhnograd Vecha.
Oh, great point! They are you about Project Stuja every day. If we could sit in on one of their sessions, we might pick up some new leads.
Okay, I need to write a letter to Elosha.
Good idea! Oh yeah, while you were out, Paimon tried all the yummiest looking desserts in the Potpourri restaurant.
Of course you did,
This
Paimon.
one seemed right up your alley. So, Paimon saved some for you. Come try it once you finish writing your letter.
I literally had some of this earlier. Yum, 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 yum. Paimon. All right, wait until 2 days later. Okay, so maybe we're going to go to the Vetcha, and then we'll get to see the Senate argue at each other and yell at each other. It's going to be great. I like this feature where you can just do like show me where to go and it
Elosha
puts the time
replied.
up for you.
He says that we won't be able to speak at the Vetcha, but he can arrange for us to attend as visitors.
I mean, obviously we
Time
can't
to get ready.
speak. Eh?
Then head to the Snezhnograd Vetcha.
Why would we expect to be able to actually like what would we even say? Of course, thanks for popping in, Kara. It's good to see you. Thank you for hopping in. Oh my gosh, wait, she's so cute. She has the wings.
Take it easy.
Ah, I love fairy wings. I think it's super cute. Wait, head to the Snezhnograd Vetcha. Why is this area all yellow? Equip the man camera gadget to take photos. Oh, this is part of the event. I'm gonna skip it. All right. Oh, Vodyanitsa's here.
Miss Vodyanitsa, prima donna of the Korolievsky troupe. What a surprise meeting you here. Will you be sitting in on a session of the Vetcha?
Sorry, I'm not taking interviews today. Oh good, you're here. The session's about to begin. Let's get inside.
Please wait, Miss Vodyanitsa. Could you introduce me to your new friend?
The press. The press. Shortly after you take your seat, the meeting of the Snezhnograd Vetcha officially begins. Discussions on whether to extend Project Stuja are saved until the end. As the rooster, Pulcinella, shares various energy-related statistics, dull and lifeless room suddenly becomes very animated. Oh, oh. There he is.
In summary, the energy management commitments made for the outgoing period have been delivered upon. Furthermore, both the production and consumption of Kresnik Crystal show clear signs of stabilizing. The relevant agencies have assessed the present circumstances and determined that the status quo can be sustained until the next period. For detailed statistics, I would refer you to the industry reports that have been distributed to all persons present. It should also be noted that while the recent blizzards have led to a significant increase in people's energy expenses, this is strictly a short-term phenomenon associated with a remotely located monster. Her Majesty the Tsaritsa is giving her full attention to this matter. We should have every confidence that it will be dealt with swiftly and conclusively. A financial report on disaster relief is also present in this report, courtesy of Pantalone.
Does it keep getting noisier?
They cover the same old ground every single time. The rooster never seems to mind, but everyone else is getting tired of it. There's a general lack of trust. People aren't seeing any tangible benefits that affect them directly. Of course, none of that will be reflected in any of the reports on the table.
Yeah, if it weren't for these hard copy documents, I could have at least made something up.
I've been meaning to ask, why are you still here? Why are you acting so chummy?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just out here trying to hit my interview quotas. Bring out the kvass. Ever read it? Best-selling newspaper in town.
If I remember correctly, you guys don't even have a sales permit. You have to sell from stalls on the street.
Ooh,
Okay,
called
then.
out.
Best-selling street stall newspaper in town.
She drinking?
Still counts.
Where's that water?
Order! We will now open the floor to the representatives. If there are no further substantive issues to discuss, we will then proceed to a vote on this motion.
Snezhnaya has a long tradition of treating members of the Fatui armed forces and their dependents favorably. But recent surveys shows that Fatui families in remote areas have access to 15% less crystal than the average civilian family in Snezhnograd. It's been said many times before, but it bears repeating now. There needs to be a clear and consistent rationale behind how crystal is allocated, or we will soon face immense public backlash.
Perhaps you wouldn't need to keep repeating yourself if you would hear me out for once. I say again, true consistency exists only in principle.
Oh,
in the real world, fairness is
Pantalone.
relative. You appear to treat resource allocation as a simple function of production and population. So what about when the equipment used in production breaks down? Have you factored that into your equation? And do you even know how long it's been since Snezhnaya last conducted a census?
If I knew the answers to questions like that, I'm sure I'd be a very wealthy man. And I doubt I'd be going by child. I'd like to bring the focus back to the specific issue I raised. Or do you wish to deny that favorable treatment for Fatui dependents is our long-standing policy?
It's easy to be a critic when there's no accountability. That seems to be a running theme in the anti-Project Stuja cohort. Defeat the ringleader and all other problems will magically resolve themselves. That's what they say.
He's not answering the question.
But in case you aren't aware, not one jot in my report would change whether Project Stuja continues or not.
So you have no intention whatsoever of finding a solution to this problem?
On the contrary, I'm the only one here who ever brings solutions.
Child opened by speaking up for the armed forces. Regrator struck back with style and a war of words ensued.
Girl, what are you doing? Why is she hitting the gritty on us? What the hell?
Our reporter was live on the scene to get the audience's reaction as it all unfolded. Who do you support?
What did I just see? Who is this person? I think Child raised some issues that need addressing, but I also think the Regrator's rebuttal makes sense.
The people have spoken. Regrator delivered a deft rebuttal to Child, as we've seen so many times before. But how could Child take this lying down?
Now you see why they don't have a sales permit.
However this reporter wants to spin things, I haven't forgotten that Tartaglia was representing the Northland Bank when we first met in Liyue. So surely their relationship can't always have been this strained.
You two are getting off topic. Let's focus on what the data is saying.
Mr. Pantalone, may I speak on your behalf?
Oh, please do. I'm more than happy to save my breath.
Crystal distribution policy undergoes modifications with each new period. The ultimate goal being to find the most reasonable method of allocation, which I believe is what Mr. Tartaglia also seeks. But I fear many may have been misled on this topic by extremist activists. To clarify, Project Stuja is not the root cause of the problem. It is merely a framework for resource distribution. The most recent reports all point to Snezhnaya's resilience and adaptability during this period of fine-tuning, and give clear indications that a distribution framework is improving with each iteration. To make drastic adjustments without first considering the risks would likely do more harm than good. It would be a waste of the hard-won experience we've gained to date.
I mean, that's true. Logistically, you can't make massive swings
Renowned
without data,
scholar
right?
of finance, Arapov spoke up to clarify the fiscal logic, clearly alluding to social organizations like the Rokot in his words.
Nope.
With the notorious Lelek still active to this day, should the
Lelek?
Rokot be
Is that the
held
president?
responsible? No, there is someone else to blame.
Where did she get that? Where did you get Rokot from? And who is Lelek?
He's just rephrasing what Mr. Pantalone said. The Rokot are the critics he accuses of taking no responsibility for their actions. As for Lelek, you won't have heard of him yet. He's currently the most famous member of the Rokot. Well, more like infamous. Ending Project Stuja has become an obsession for him. Unlike the more decent ones among us, he believes that votes in the Vetcha are all that matter.
Wait, is she implying that she's part of the Rokot in public?
So whether it's threats, coercion, or bribery, He'll use whatever means necessary to get people to change their vote.
Oh, there's more to the Rokot than I
And
thought.
since we're already on the subject, what do you think of Lelek's methods? Are you for or against?
It's hard to say. I suspect there's more to his
Well,
story.
whatever the story is, his actions benefit us all. We stand with Lelek.
At least someone here wants to take this discussion seriously. I've been considering that issue myself. What you really need is more precise regional data, right? I think it would be easiest to let the Fatui handle it, since they're already in charge of Crystal shipments anyway. We may as well get them to collect some data while they're at it. Whatever you need, you can ask the Fatui to look into it for you. In terms of supervision, I think the Druzhna would be a good fit. I had hoped to discuss this with Miss Vesna.
Oh, I wanted to hear
but sadly,
Vesna.
she's not present.
I will be happy to take a note of your suggestions and present them to Commander Vesna for a decision upon her return.
Oh, that's right. She's probably with the
The
Tsaritsa fighting the
commander has
monster.
always taken a keen interest in Project Stuja. However, given the Druzhna's demanding workload, I'm afraid it may prove difficult for them to provide any practical support.
Let us refrain from jumping to conclusions until a concrete and actionable plan is in place.
Actionable plan.
My apologies, Lord Rooster.
There are numerous issues to address here, including manpower, time sensitivity, and reporting lines. Nevertheless, I support drafting a proposal. Follow the usual procedure, and it can be raised as a new motion for all parties to evaluate at the appropriate time.
In that case, I'd like to share one thought before the proposal is drafted. The issue of time sensitivity was raised just now, which I presume relates to the official reports.
Royal Energy Commission. Oh, she's Mitia's boss.
In fact, the Energy Commission already collects regular statistics on each urban center and its surrounding area. Would these be of any use?
That's a good idea. I read every issue of Svietlo Lydovka's report, and although my focus is mostly on the section about equipment operation, the energy consumption statistics also yield a lot of insights.
Be that as it may, does no one see an issue with using local data to determine Crystal quotas? In the long term, it seems like a very risky solution.
Not if they are used purely for reference. So long as we have the report from the Northland Bank's headquarters to corroborate it, no one will be able to fool me.
Very well then. It appears that this arrangement is acceptable to all parties.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
The members reached a provisional consensus on the issue of improving treatment for Fatui soldiers.
She's way less excited about the Fatui soldier stuff.
Today, the prima donna of the Koralievsky troupe attended a session of the Snezhnograd Vecha in the company of a dashing young man. The question on all our minds is, what is the true nature of their relationship?
So it's a tabloid.
Write anything like that again, and I'm revoking your permission to interview the troupe. Got it?
The remaining discussion covers everything from energy to healthcare, technology, and industry. All parties take the opportunity to express their stance on Project Stuja. You ignore Mira Nova as she carries on writing her sensationalist report, but after a while you start to feel that reading the news from her might actually be more interesting than being here in person.
Now then, if there are no further contributions from those present, we shall proceed to the final vote.
Hey, check it out!
Is that Chuganov?
What made him vote against? Why now?
He voted against
The
Project?
votes have been tallied. Those in favor of continuing Project Stuja total 61%, securing a clear majority.
That was too close. The margin has shrunk yet again. Chuganov was a huge loss.
I'll bet Lelek is behind this. I wonder how Pulcinella will respond this time.
Chuganov. I see. Lelek strikes again.
Ooh.
Go, Lelek. Once Project Stuja is defeated, our unwavering support at Bring Out the Kvass will finally pay off when we make our comeback.
She's just banking on her newspaper doing better.
Vote, Project Stuja will remain in effect until the next Vecha period. Finally, may I remind us all, We debate only for the greater glory and solidarity of our nation. May the aurora shine
And for
ever
our
on,
leader, the
and the
Tsaritsa.
tundra always stand firm. The session is concluded.
Okay. Okay, am I the only one that actually thinks these kinds of things are interesting? Everyone else is like, I'm so bored. I'm gonna go sit up here. Guys, look, it's me. It's me, Pulcinella. Blah, 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 blah. I love hearing about like the background politics. It's great.
I have to say, I really wasn't expecting Chukhanov to vote against Project Stusha.
Why? What's so strange about that?
Well, in principle, Snezhnaya's business and political elites ought to be the ones least likely to oppose it. As we heard, Project Stusha is basically just a resource distribution framework that requires everyone to cut back during the winter. But even if the policy got cancelled, the Tsaritsa's energy needs wouldn't suddenly go down. The extra demand from the public would have to be filled from somewhere. So logically, the factories would have to take the hit.
Oh, that explains a lot.
I got a letter from Mr. Mitya just before today's session. He said he's confirmed that there are issues around overtime and excessive energy consumption at the Iskra manufacturing plant.
Oh,
In a
okay.
situation like this, once the Rooster receives the report, he'll order the factory to halt production and submit to an investigation before issuing a penalty.
Hi, Lumi. How are you
But that's a
doing?
week-long process, and thus didn't make it onto the Vetcha agenda this time. I don't think he suspects anything so far.
Got it. So for him, it's a choice between reducing production and stopping entirely.
Exactly. And as you know, he's a very selfish person. I was originally gonna try and flip him after he received notice of the official sanctions. My plan was to convince him that the whole thing was completely unfair. Rather than just sit back and take the hit while his factory stopped production, he'd be better off voting to end Project Stusha. At least that way, no one else would be able to make any money either, because all the factories would suddenly have more limited energy to work with.
Oh no, tummy troubles.
But
I'm
no,
so
He's already
sorry.
voted against it.
I'm
which
okay
means
though. Just going
someone
through the
must have used
Genshin
more
Archon
forceful means
quest.
to change his vote, just like with everyone else who flipped.
Enjoying a little bit of extra gorilla stream time before I have to go to a carnival. You mean Lelek?
Yeah, no one knows why Lilac is so obsessed with ending Project Stusha, but by the looks of it, he's inching closer and closer to success.
Lelek must have strong motivations, given how he'll stop at nothing to achieve his goal. Maybe he knows the full truth of Project Stusha.
Yeah, I hope your tummy feels
should Be
better.
to focus on him.
All right, what are your plans for the rest of the day? Shall we head
Something
out?
I forgot to do. Something I forgot to do. This.
Hey, comrade. I noticed you were here during the debate.
Oh, hi.
I didn't take you for a political enthusiast.
Greetings, Harbingers. I just happened to have some free time today, and my new friend here thought it might be fun to check out the Vetcha.
Ah, Odette must have introduced you. Looks like you two are getting along pretty well.
I'll leave you to catch up. I should head back to the troop.
Oh,
Sure.
no, don't leave, please.
Break a leg and all that.
As the day goes on, did it just start
Thought
this
it might
morning?
be fun
Did you
to
eat
check
some
out the
Taco Bell last
Vetcha,
night, perchance?
Did you? Things are never that simple with you, Traveler. There's no way you're here for kicks and giggles.
Oh my god.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, kicks and giggles. For K's and G's. I learned an interesting tidbit today. Some guy called Lelek.
Oh, yeah. To some, he's a captivating enigma. To others, he's the bane of their existence. No one ever thought that some anonymous nobody from the Rokot could cause such a stir.
Want to find out his true identity. Okay, if I start digging
Huh?
around?
You want to look into Lelek? Then I'm sure his days of anonymity are numbered. What do you think, Sandrone?
Fine by me, I guess. If the Traveler actually manages to expose Lelek, it'll be doing Pulcinella a favor. In return, it seems fair to let him in on what we've learned so
She
far.
just wants to find an excuse to
My
help
thoughts
us.
exactly. Sharing is caring, after all. Head back to Glupov and grab the files on Lelek. It's easier to just pull the records than go through the rigmarole of getting the Traveler a visitor's permit.
As you command, child, sir.
In that case, since we're going to be waiting anyway, I'll have someone brew a pot of black tea.
It's always tea time for her. Oh, that is not
One
black
common
tea. That
thread
looks like
among the many
fire.
incidents Lelik has been involved in is that the victims are all too scared to share any real information about him. Clearly, he must have threatened them in some way. His modus operandi is to silently infiltrate the scene and leave a threatening letter behind. But neither the letters nor the crime scenes ever yield any clues to his identity. So all these files have to offer are short statements by the people affected. They don't give us a lot to go on.
If nothing else, it shows we're dealing with a trained professional who's versed in counter-surveillance.
Yes, and to that point, he often strikes in highly secure locations. The victims are high-ranking and influential people who take their personal security very seriously.
Who do we think that could be? Do we think it's one of the playable characters?
Somehow, Lelik slips right into their rooms without making a sound. There's never any eyewitnesses, nor the slightest trace of a break-in.
What if it's Mitya and he's using his scarf?
If he can get in and out undetected, it means he can strike without warning. Not that that's ever happened so far, but the thought is enough to scare these people sleepless. It's hard to believe that a human being could pull this off flawlessly every time. So they switched the focus of the investigation to Faye. Unfortunately, no one's found anything yet.
Yeah, but it could be an act. They did know that we were listening in, and they don't want us to necessarily know that he's Lelik. So he has to act like he's not supposed to tell us information while slipping us information. Or maybe it's Alosha and he hasn't been honest with us. Or maybe it's one of the new characters. Or maybe it's someone completely unrelated. I don't know. I'm just theorizing. I'm throwing spaghetti at the wall. Are you saying even you couldn't pull it off?
Careful. Don't underestimate me. Although, truth be told, I'd probably find it hard not to blow my cover. Direct confrontation is more my style.
Oh, I know.
We haven't ruled out the possibility of Lelik being human. It's just, there can only be a handful of people in all of Teyvat who'd fit the profile. Faye, on the other hand, plenty would have the ability, but few would have the motive.
So it's someone as strong as Tartaglia, and even more meticulous.
No, not as strong as me. You'll never find the culprit with criteria like that. Let's go with a little weaker than me.
Oh. Why would Nuvalet and Skirk be the options for someone a little weaker than you? Both of them are much stronger than you. Skirk?
There's no denying that Master is strong.
Oh,
but meticulous. We can only hope.
He's just trying to find a reference point. Stop getting fixated on who's stronger than who.
Why are those the two options? Is this a translation issue? Why would Skirk and Nuva, both of them are way stronger than Child.
But that's the most important thing. In my opinion, anyway.
All right. Let's take it down a notch or two. How about Odette as a reference point? She's someone we all know, and I've seen her in action.
Odette? Yeah, that seems about right.
Maybe
her
the meticulous
skills are
part.
Solid, and she's always calm under pressure.
A joke, like he says weaker, and then I name people stronger than him. Yeah, maybe it could be a joke. I feel like it didn't land very well. Maybe it lands better in Chinese.
Except she's
I
Fatui.
have to choose
so
Skirk,
the
though, as an
likelihood of her
option
working
because
against us
that's
is
my goat.
pretty low. But yeah, much more accurate than your previous example, at least.
I also kind of wanted to see how he would react to me talking about his mask.
No, wait a moment. Maybe we should interrogate that assumption.
What do you mean? Which assumption?
Her Fatui identity doesn't necessarily exonerate her. And when you think about it, the Rokot would be precisely what she needs to conceal her identity.
Plus, she wouldn't need to be such a pro at covering her tracks. She'd already know where the Fatui will be.
Wait,
and
do we
when.
actually think it could be Odette?
So she could choose the perfect time to act.
It could be, I guess.
Yikes. I was just thinking out loud. Why is this starting to sound like such a convincing theory? Still, what reason could
Enigma,
Odette
are you
possibly
serious?
have for trying to call off Project Stuja?
Arlecchino would be the best person to ask. She knows Odette best. Unfortunately, she isn't back yet.
I mean, it could be any Fatui member, guys. Why are we focusing on Odette?
Rosaline used to open up to her in private about her struggles with Odette.
As I'm sure you can imagine, Arlecchino is quite a lot better with children than Rosaline was. She gave her some tips on how to handle the situation, and Rosaline managed to reach a settlement with Odette before leaving. So I suppose there were at least no lifelong regrets left behind. Beyond that, I don't know the details about that side of things. But I do know that Odette definitely has a motive to hold a grudge against Project Stuja.
Oh, really?
The reason being, her father passed away
Bye,
during the
Rhino.
early stages of the project.
Thanks for looking, Enigma. Oh, what?
That was back before it had been named Project Stuja, when things were still being worked out. But in essence, it's remained the same ever since.
Huh. The more you know. Rosaline was always so self-centered. I never understood why she started paying so much attention to Odette.
Oh, even you didn't know about this?
Is that such a surprise? If you cast your mind back, you may remember that Rosaline and I weren't exactly close. We had tea together a few times, but that was about it.
Odette's past is no secret. Her father was a fatus and her mother was a very famous ballerina. On the surface, it looks like she followed right in her parents' footsteps. But the truth is quite
Oh,
a
literally,
different
she did
story.
both. She's a ballerina and works at the Fatui.
After her father passed away on a mission, her mother was overcome with grief. She broke her leg during a performance and could never dance again. Odette was only interested in ballet at the time, but this tragedy left the family with both breadwinners gone. They could barely make ends meet. Per Capitano's policy, family members of Fatui who died in the line of duty had to be appropriately accommodated and
They have the
provided with
VA,
adequate assistance. So, regardless of how Rosaline may have felt about it, it fell to her to resolve the issue of Odette's family's livelihood. In the end, the solution they agreed upon was to have Odette join the Fatui.
Right, because the alternative would have been a one-off compensation payment, I guess. In that sense, joining up was definitely the better option. Still, she must have had mixed feelings about it, right? If she doesn't even like the Fatui.
It's just a theory, a possibility. But as a motive for Odette to become Lelik, it holds up. That said, I have no idea where Odette's head is at right now, or what her conflict with Rosaline was about. Plenty of people were on bad terms with Rosaline. I have no intention of trying to figure it all out.
So Senora actually wanted to mend her relationship with Odette.
Yes, but there's not much point in discussing that now.
Yeah, back to Lelik. Since our investigations so far have turned up next to nothing, we've got nothing to lose by trying a new angle.
True.
Funnily enough, Tonya and I had actually made plans to go to the theater tomorrow to watch Odette's rehearsal. Unfortunately, thanks to this Lelik situation, I'll be stuck working overtime again. Which means you can go in my place.
Oh.
No point wasting the ticket. Plus, you'll get to meet Tonya.
Wow, after all this time, we get to meet Tonya? What's the rehearsal for?
Spirit Seeker. Quite the classic ballet. It was passed down through Odette's mother's family for generations, though it hasn't been performed in years. But Odette's been practicing it diligently, and it's finally ready for a return to the stage. Excitement is through the roof. Tickets for the official performance sold out long ago.
Tonya's excited for it too. She's desperate to see it no matter what. Personally, it's not really my kind of thing, but since she's my little sister, I had to figure something out.
I've actually seen it several times before. The story's pretty straightforward. The lead character follows a trail of clues left
That's
behind
right,
by
because
a
Sandrone's been
spirit,
around for like 500
gradually
years.
recovering her memories along the way. It's a tale of love and regret. So not exactly reinventing the wheel, at least by today's standards.
So she was around when it was playing
But
originally.
when that classic melody kicks in and the lead character begins to dance, it always gets me. It really is beautiful. Not an easy dance to do justice to, though. I know it's always been Odette's dream to perform this piece, but I'm not sure she's really ready.
In that case, I think that even if she is Lelik, we should wait until her performance is over before we respond. I'll let you take it from here, comrade.
That's crazy. We went from like, oh, this theory makes sense to like, Odette is probably Lelik. Do we think actually that's true? Do we think she's sneaky enough? Let's walk across the street. Yeah. Let's take me around. Just go through. La, 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 la. I think what we'll do is, I only have like an hour left, is what we'll do is we'll go until we get the start the next act sign, and then we'll be done.
Sounds like you made a ton of progress today. It's good that everything's going so smoothly. Next step is to head back to the theater and get a clear answer from Odette.
Could be easier said than done. Even if she's the one, she won't necessarily admit it.
Either way, Paimon doesn't get the sense that she's a bad person. Sure, she might have done some pretty extreme things, but Paimon bet she has her reasons. Maybe this is going too far, but like...
Have I tried the Doro site? Yeah, I actually spent like 30 minutes at the beginning of the stream talking about it.
To be even more,
it's pretty useful, I feel like.
Heavy-handed? Why leave a letter when she could, well, we know there are plenty of other ways to keep people in line, right? The point is, she could have gone further, but she didn't. So, if it
Have
is
you checked it
her,
out, Shin?
She's got some principles, at least.
I want to believe in her too.
Yeah. Well, all you can do is follow the facts wherever they lead.
How are you feeling today, Paimon?
No change, really. But that thing Paimon told you about yesterday? Paimon feels like she can sense it more clearly now. Hearing you talk about your day makes Paimon itch for an adventure.
Yeah, I feel like it's useful for like a base level build.
So we could
Right. Like you can get 95% of the way there. That website.
Yeah,
which
I
is
wish
good
you could
because
be
like
there
most of the
too.
time that's
I'm not used
that's
to
more than
adventuring
adequate.
alone. But
Unless you
don't
like
worry,
really
we'll
wanted
get
to
the
super
bottom of
invest in a
this.
character.
Guess it's just one of those things. Never mind. Paimon will behave herself and keep resting.
Overall, I think it's very useful. I will definitely be using it.
Odette is
If they had a way to track
lovely,
inventory
she
in
may
there as
well have
well, then I
inside
would.
information on
It would be the only
Project
website that I use. 100%.
Her father was involved with the project's early implementation and tragically died in the process. Now, she's dedicated herself to bringing it to an end. It's hard to imagine she could have gotten this far without knowing anything
I like
at
how we're all
about the
assuming that
Famitsu's
this is
true
exactly what it
intentions.
is.
When she spoke to us as a member of the Fatui, how much did she let on? And how much was she hiding? Only time will tell. Maybe tomorrow, everything will be answered.
Hey look! It's snowing! Could be a tough day ahead. Make sure you wrap up warm tomorrow.
Poor Paimon. Here it is. Act 1 complete. Snezhnaya, rest until the following day. Alright, we're gonna go until we get the Act 2 started notification. Then I gotta get ready to go. Have I spent my resin today? Ish. Go to the theater. Or if we get a notification that there's about to be like a long story thing. You would stop here? Really? Wait, is there about to be like a long connected thing that I want to do all in one go? Oh shit, okay. Alright. Well, in that case, maybe we will stop. Well, is there anything I can do to fill the time, or should I just be done for now? Let's see. I don't really have any exploration I want to do. I do want to unlock these, to unlock the compass. Should I go try to... Should I go do this side quest to unlock the compass? Shadow, oh that's true. I haven't even looked into Shadow Realm stuff
Time to
yet.
bundle up.
Let's go over here to these Enfield things. And let's unlock these so that we can like start doing exploration. I heard are the Shadow Realm parts like
Fulfill our pact.
they will give you like the gun upgrades, right?
Annihilate. Easy money.
Because I do need to do that. Oh, it's a puppy. Hello. Oh, it's like a badger thing. Let's do this quest. Open the locked door. Do this first. I at least want to get access to the compasses, right? So at least I can like start running around as I'm just doing things and at least start getting progress on exploration.
There's nothing here. Did we just get unlucky this time? This ice.
Is it a dead
No,
end?
this ice is fresh. Probably put here to keep people out. Guess we'll have to go deeper if we want to find our crystal. 2 safeguards in a row. Must be quite the horde.
Need to find a way to
No
melt
problem.
the ice.
It hasn't formed for long, so this should be a cinch.
How did they form that ice, though? Does it show up on elemental energy? It does. Is there going to be like a trap door? Yep, there it is. I am
Sure
a little
enough,
ornery when it comes to
this
this ice. I feel like I have to get rid of the whole
Traveler, let's go.
Gonna let it go. I do want to do the Shadow Realms. I like the idea of upgrading all the gun stuff. Ooh, there's like a
On
whole
reflection,
domain down here.
That was a risky move I made back there. Diving headfirst into a suspicious cave isn't how an experienced hunter should operate.
There's people here.
But it...
Stay back!
Wait, what? How are there gang members here too?
Should we
Not
attack?
just yet. Not until we know what's going on. Looks like there are 2 groups over there. I'll need to use my scope to see clearly.
He's got a gun! Oh, he's got bombs.
I said stay back! All of you! I've got the detonator in my hand!
Hey, cool it. I told you. Turn around and walk away now, and we won't cause you any trouble.
Not a chance!
Take the
Anyone who
shot!
leaves treasure out in the wild gets a share of it. Old Sire's rules. The East Myloff family will get their fair share for Old Sire's sake, but the rest, we've earned it! You think you could just show up here and expect us to walk away empty-handed? That's not what the rules say!
They're arguing over how to split the loot?
Oh, you think you've hit the jackpot, huh? All you've managed to do is block the way in. Bet you tried to get in, but failed, didn't you? You ain't getting nothing.
So what? We found this place first. There's gotta be a finder's fee for that, at least. Old Sire!
Old Sire is dead. Or were you hoping Smee would pick up where he left off? Huh? You didn't think so. Now beat it!
What about Lady Voronina? You saying you're not scared of her either?
Oh, you!
Ooh. I mean, no honor among thieves, am I right?
The only reason any of us are able to get by in this ash heap they call Snezhnaya is because of Old Sire. He put the rules in place for a reason, and no one gets to break them. Times have been tough for everyone. I get that. But if you break the rules, you can bet your life that Lady Voronina will be hearing about it.
All right, so we're doing this the hard way.
Don't you dare! Try anything, and we'll all be chewing rocks for the rest of our days!
Stop.
My gosh, this is getting intense.
You really want to die here?
We're all playing the same game, so don't take me for a fool. I know you left some men behind to seal the cave entrance from the outside when you came in. The boys on lookout told me. You never meant to let us get out alive. If it wasn't for these explosives, you'd have offed us already!
Whoa,
We weren't the ones who
clever
stopped playing
though.
nice first. Didn't think you'd go this far for these antiques, but it looks like they'll sell for a lot more than I thought. And we want our share!
Antiques? Sell them? You short-sighted fools. You're the reason we're always getting trampled
I like his little hat
underfoot.
though, it's cute.
Oh, save it! You gonna make a deal or not?
Looks like we've run into another bunch of crooks robbing crooks. Valuable antiques, apparently. Fey gangs are known to smuggle that kind of stuff. We can't just hand antiques out to the villagers directly, though. We'll have to find a way to trade them in for Mora. That, I can work with. The only thing that won't work is leaving here empty-handed.
As long as that face holding the detonator. Can't make any rash moves.
Leave this to me.
Shoot. Snipe the gang member holding the detonator. It's okay to shoot people, I guess. Oh, I get to play as Alyosha.
What? We got company?
Quietly now.
Having second thoughts.
Cover me!
Cover me! Oh my gosh.
Drat!
One of them got away. What do we do?
Leave him be. We took care of the guys outside. If he wants to call for backup, he'll have to go back to base. That gives us more than enough time to clean this place out. Let's go take a look inside.
Okay. What? Wait. It's got the Celestia symbol on it. What? I think?
Antiques was right. None of this is from the present era. I don't know much about these ancient artifacts.
I'm sure they must serve some special purpose.
If you're curious, I know a guy in the Rokot who's a bit of an expert about this kind of stuff. Maybe I can get him to come take a look later.
Or we can put the Eye of Grey on
This
it.
thing clearly isn't going anywhere. Let's start with whatever we can carry. But with this barrier blocking the way, we can't get any further inside.
Shadow Realm barrier device detected.
Ooh.
With the right access card, it may be possible to unlock it.
Eye of Grey seems to recognize it.
An access card? Wait, that card we found earlier. Try it. With any luck, this might be what it's for.
Shadow Realm Vault access card. Can open the Shadow Realm Vault barriers beneath the Huntsman's cabin. Continue exploring the Shadow Realm in Snezhnaya and obtain more incomplete data. Okay. I want this outfit. I want to wear this in the overworld. Activate. Hunter on the snowfields and remnants of the Shadow Realm. Ooh.
Everything else aside, at least the way's open. Still, if they knew they'd need this to clear the way, why leave it with the lookout outside? And then seal the cave entrance? Clearly this card is very important to them. They couldn't afford to let it fall into the wrong hands. But they also had to make sure it was safe before using it.
Smell a rat?
I just wonder why they'd exercise this much caution over a bunch of antiques. Guess we'll just have to head inside and take a look.
Yeah, I want to see what's inside. Ooh. Pick up the firearm accessory. Obtain firearm blueprint. Firearm accessory. Blueprint for a firearm accessory you can use to create settings for your weapon. What did I get? The muzzle? When using a normal attack, gain 1 stack of Sky Mirror's Sight, which grants 1% cryo damage bonus and its physical damage bonus. That's for 2 seconds max. 50 stacks? You have more than 2 Sky Mirror Sights. Normal attacks deal cryo damage instead. Oh. Ooh, okay. Yeah,
What is
maybe the material that it consumes is ammo? This looks familiar. It's related to my gun.
It's clearly not from this era either. Is this one of the antiques they were talking about? Nothing else around here looks that valuable. You think we can sell this?
Doubt it.
We gotta make this hunt worth it somehow. Wait, that device.
Oh, it says it takes material to make. I don't know. Maybe just like nebulous material that the Eye of Grey can simulate.
I remember now. Not long ago, a Fey gang was going around buying up blueprints from the Bielitsar's time. I thought they might be worth some cash, so I swiped one to take a look. Pretty sure the drawing on the blueprint was this exact device.
What is it for?
I'm not sure. All I remember is that we need to connect these pipes to get it running. Getting rid of the ice freezing the pipes should do the trick. Since the Fey gangs value this device so much, we might as well give it a try and see what it actually does.
That is strange. All right, let's get rid of the ice. Where's the third? Am I blind? Oh, it's back there. Return heat source. Is that going to be in the cutscene? No.
Some sort of furnace, maybe?
Some lost technology?
Looks like the intel was good.
Prototype Kresnik's torch.
Prototype Kresnik's torch. Tech from that age is what the big boss needs for the plan.
Tagarn, don't move.
Smart choice if you ask me. See what I'm holding? I grabbed that numbskull's detonator during the commotion back there. Made a couple of modifications to it too. Now, the moment I let
it's
this
a dead
thing
man
go,
switch.
it's gonna blow!
So you came right back here without calling for backup? That wasn't such a smart choice.
Shut it! My men were wiped out, and I lost the access card. After all the manpower we put into obtaining it, the boss will have my head on the spot. I'm not leaving without that card. That and this equipment are crucial to the boss, so hand it over. Don't tell me you're after this technology too. Oh, I get it. Some other group sent you, huh? Who was it? The Energy Commission?
No, we're doing this on our own.
You're overcomplicating this. I have nothing to do with either of them.
Don't play games with me. After the old man died, the High Table decided we'd outlived our usefulness. Nowadays, we risk our necks digging stuff up in the Shadow Realm. And then what? It all ends up in the pockets of those big shots. Hey, I told you, tell your dog to get down and stay put.
Tagarn, down.
Aw, poor Tagarn. What the? Tagarn!
Down means to prepare to attack. Sit is staying put.
Who sent you? Who are you with?
No one. I'm just a hunter.
Oh. With Tagarn's help, you dismantle the detonation switch.
So it's a prototype Kresnik's torch?
Seems to be the center of a lot of attention. What should we do with it?
Well, if it looks like a furnace, and it gives off light and heat like a furnace, let's just use it as a furnace. It really is unique. I've seen a lot of crystal-powered furnaces, and this one is stronger than any of them. It can warm up this whole area. This place makes a perfect shelter. I'll bring all the villagers at risk of freezing over here. Much easier than handing out crystal.
It's a free furnace.
This looked touch and go for a while, but in the end, it was a successful hunt.
What about those gangs and their schemes? Don't they concern you?
Oh, I'm sure that if we kept following the trail, we could end up accomplishing something pretty monumental. But I'm also sure that would involve pointing my gun at more people along the way. And honestly, that's not what I'm about. Question for you. What do you think is the difference between a hunter and an adventurer? With the sprawling wilderness before them, a hunter turns back after catching their prey. But an adventurer always goes that extra step further. So, I'll let you hold on to that access
We're the
card and
adventurer.
any weapon
You are
parts
the
we
hunter.
find here. You're the most famous member of the Adventurers Guild after all. Monumental events always seem to find you, don't they? Of course. Anyway, let's bring the villagers over.
Whew.
Turns out
Everyone's
there's
just gonna
another
chill in
exit
here.
I only noticed it when we were escorting the villagers over. Might be useful when you're in a hurry. We did good today. Thanks for all your help.
You're welcome.
Trees aside, here's your payment, so please take it. If you ever need a hand in the future, I'll be ready to do my part.
Oh my god. Let's go! Now we got a headquarters! Joint meeting point Snezhnaya. Krause is just like everything else. Meeting point Huntsman's cabin. Construct. Yay! Now we get the cryo treasure compass, guys. I can finally use the compass. Time to put it on hotbar. Oh wait, it should auto switch to the correct one. Oh my god, look, there's one right here. I just like hitting, like when I'm walking around, I like just hitting the button every once in a while, you know? Oh wait. Oh, there's more down there. Wait, I should stay down there and get all the treasure first. Yay, I'm so happy. Oh wait, no, it's gonna be behind there.
This pedestal looks interesting.
Well, for starters, I can definitely confirm that it's Shadow Realm technology.
Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Hey there, I'm Trapeznikov, a friend of Aloysius.
Remember when I said I was gonna bring someone I know from the Rokot? This is the guy. He's a real expert on Shadow Realm tech. So anyway, the pedestal. Any idea what it does?
Looks to me like some sort of device for browsing information. But you need the right access to unlock it.
Let me try something.
Establishing user permissions. Activated.
Oh ho ho!
Looks like we can use this pedestal to look up information on those technological creations.
Seems so.
Mystery solved, I guess.
This access card of yours is really quite something, Traveler. It activated this pedestal, opens barriers. I expect we'll need to unlock the relevant clearance first, though. I bet it involves the symbols on the card in some way.
Can you teach me more about these technologies? I want to learn how to use them.
You want me to teach you? I'm afraid my knowledge is rudimentary at best, but I'll do my best to answer any questions you have.
Firearm accessory archive. Okay, so what do I need to do to go here? Access. All right, let's get out of the way here and go look for treasure around here. No treasure. Love that. Is that someone on a sleigh? That's pretty cool. Wow, the nearest treasure is all the way over here. Okay. Okay. Yippee! Is it up there? I think it's up top. I can make... one of these. Oh, I could have gone inside. Okay, alright. Never mind. Yippee!
Go on, take them. I'll thank the stars for you later.
I'll thank the stars for you. Let's see. More treasure. Oh, there's a guy over here. Okay, ads in like 5-ish minutes. Why don't we get this chest, and then I will find someone to raid, and then I'll see you guys on Monday.
Take it easy.
Busted. Fulfill our pact. Off to the freeze.
Quietly now.
Extinguished.
I do need a lot of these materials. This works out perfect.
Easy money.
Oh, wait, what's this? Fail. Oh. Don't mind if I do. Take Archon quest rewards. Oh, and well. Don't mind if I do. Take the rewards. New everything. Okay, how am I looking on wishes? 34. Achievements. Perfect. All right, why don't we take a look at Red Eye Luster? Hello, welcome in. Hello. I normally don't stream on Saturdays, so thank you guys for being chilling. Oh my gosh, welcome in, Raiders. Hi. How are you guys doing? Oh my god, welcome in. I'm Citrus. I'm an orange that loves gacha games and Final Fantasy 14. It's good to see you. We're actually about to raid out, but I wanted to say hi. I hope your stream was awesome. How was Outward? Welcome and hi. Hello, Daddy Lexo. Hi, Red Eye. How are you? Yeah, I hope your stream was awesome. Addictive? Oh my god, I'm so glad. Yeah, oh my goodness. Well, we are about to raid my friend Revi. She's also playing Genshin. She is just starting out the Archon quest. So please do not spoil anything. Alternatively, actually, if we don't want to worry about spoilers, we could raid Lily. I think just to worry about spoilers, Lily's doing World Quest, so there's no spoiler issues. So maybe we'll actually raid Lily today, and then we'll raid Revi next week. But I'm glad. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. I'll take your peeps with me when we go to Revi. I have to head out to... I have other plans, so... You never played? You liked my model? Thank you. I'm glad. Isn't it super cute? I'm glad you like it. I appreciate you. I'm going to have to check you out after stream when I get home later tonight. But we usually stream Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, Final Fantasy rating, and then Mondays and Tuesdays we do gacha games. So lately we've been working on the Genshin Archon quest. So if you want to hang out more, definitely come check out the streams next week. We'll probably be playing on Monday, most likely. We'll be doing some more Genshin. We got to finish this Archon quest. And I switch out my outfits every once in a while, so I may look a little see me. I really appreciate the raid once again. We're gonna head out. I got plans, so I can't stick around, unfortunately. Maybe we'll do another Saturday. We might do like Saturday streams every so often to try to catch up because we're a little bit behind on everything. But like I said, once again, I really appreciate the raid. Really appreciate everybody coming in, and I'll see you all on Monday. Have a good rest of the night, and please be good to Lily. They're playing Genshin as well. They're also super duper sweet, and they're really freaking cool. And if all that is said, bye. Have a good night.